Why do I have to start every day listening to Amy Daniels? Just puts me in a bad mood.
Puts me in a good mood.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's true. You're kind of a suck up, so that's
I am totally a suck up.
I mean, there's no question about it. There's no getting around it. But
you said something mean to me.
when I did, when did I say something mean to you?
Just 2 seconds ago. Yeah, I know you don't want to be here, and I know you want to sleep in.
Honest to God, don't you get that that's her body language, Rudy?
I don't get that. Don't get me wrong. I think she wants to sleep in.
I've been slept in like 2
baby.
years.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Touchdown, Tommy.
I feel like you want to be here. You just wish that it was a little bit later than the time that we
Wish
start.
it was an afternoon show, Rudy.
No!
I want a morning show in the afternoon.
I hate you guys.
I believe those were your exact words. I want to do a morning show in the afternoon. Yes.
Oh, no.
I just like
No, Tama.
sit and chat and whatever, and then I hear you don't want to be here.
Well, you're a disaster.
Because my computer I can't plug in.
What do you mean, kabuk buck? What do you mean by that? You are a complete and utter disaster. But I must tell you something. There's a balance in the universe.
Okay, fine. What's
Here's the balance in the
counterbalancing my a-holeness?
Rudy and I are trying to get rid of you.
Yep.
So to balance that out, I was talking to Doug Spinthal last night. Dougie's got a new job, and I'm Doug's a very good friend of mine. Over the years, I've known him for many, 14, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But he's got a new job and all the rest of it. And Rudy, just turn your headphones off because you shouldn't have to even listen to this. I have to listen to it. Oh, Brittany's so wonderful on that show of yours, Tom. Oh, God.
That's what Doug said?
Yes.
Thanks, Doug. I needed that.
God.
I'm getting attacked. Keep in mind, you guys.
Mercilessly.
I'm just left and right, shots fired, dodging left, dodging right. And here we
Are you dodging?
I'm barely.
You're barely dodging?
I can't keep a computer plugged in to save my life.
I know. We'll get it figured out. I promise we'll get it all figured out. The show's doing really well, though, I will tell you that.
And I like being here. I just am a little subdued in the morning.
Rudy, I love being here. It's
I was like
fantastic.
singing this morning and you were annoyed with me.
Because I was trying to read a live commercial.
For like a half second before you even started. I went do and you're
You
like,
don't even know
all
that.
right, let's just lock it up here. Somebody's trying to make some money.
Is that my voice?
All right.
Is that your impression of my voice, is it?
Oh,
really
you
good.
cannot.
Oh, Brittany's so wonderful on that show, Tom. You should listen to her. Oh, God.
I don't think you should listen to me.
No, you didn't. I made that part up. But I'm just here to tell you. We'll do the best we can.
Now that I'm 37, you guys are going to have to start respecting me.
Birthday girl yesterday.
You're gonna have
Can
to
you still
start-
be a birthday girl? Or is that offensive now?
Birthday girl? Oh, I don't know.
Because there's a girl.
I'm fine with it. I can be a birthday girl, and birthdays last a week, so you know.
Well, and it also doesn't flow out of the tongue when you go, happy birthday, non-binary.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
It
quite
doesn't
flow out.
work.
So
It
birthday
doesn't work
girl
at all.
still works.
Wait, so when you say happy birthday girl, because it sounds like it would be weird coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I can't say that to my daughter. Happy birthday girl. Yeah, you know what? Now that I hear it out loud, yeah, you're right.
I was waiting for you to say birthday girl.
Yeah, birthday girl, you're right. Never mind. Birthday non-binary is much better. That's what I'm going with, yeah.
Honest to God. I need some advice from you guys.
Oh, we give great advice.
Because you both have younger daughters than I do.
Yeah.
We're doing the afternoon show yesterday, the podcast with the family. And the entire show I'm looking up, because there's a big screen in front of me that shows everybody. There's, Rudy's up there, Brittany's up there, I'm up there right now, and if people come in, they pop up there. I'm looking up at that screen, and the entire show, Alex is looking at her phone. What is that with you people?
Do you want us to give you advice how to ground your 30-year-old?
Yes.
Yeah.
30? Isn't she like 34?
I just broadly put on 30.
Oddly put it in there. But I'm like, the amazing part of that is, and I love my daughter, I adore her.
Yeah.
These millennials don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very convinced that they have no idea that all they ever do is stare at their phone.
It takes a conscious effort
I bet.
for me to put my phone elsewhere.
See, mine's right there, and it's going to sit there. I'm not looking at my phone on the air.
The only time I use my phone here is to sign into our email, because it's like this lockbox crazy thing that you have to use a secondary device.
Yeah.
But I can't. If I have my phone in my hand, I'll start texting automatically. I'll write people back. I'll look at this. I'll look at that. So I can't have it like out looking at me because I will. It is. It's like
I'm telling
a
you.
muscle memory kind of
It
feeling.
is. You won't even know you're doing it.
No.
Because she insisted. No, I look down at my screen. It's like, no, your head's like this. You're not looking down at the screen. They literally don't even know they're doing it. That's kind of scary, don't you think?
Do you want to take her screen time away?
I think we should just fire her.
Parental controls on Alex's phone.
At 34, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? I could really pull that off brilliantly. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Well, this is a nice thing. Grandson, I never got to meet President Carter. I always kind of wanted to meet him, maybe not. And again, I don't have an opinion. I think all presidents suck. You know, everybody go, you know who was a good president? Yeah, none of them.
Was Carter a peanut farmer, or did I make that up?
No, he
Okay.
was. Yeah, absolutely was. But I understand from everybody that has ever met him, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet. And I always wanted to meet him, so I don't want to read this headline that says, grandson on Carter in hospice, he knows he's not in charge. Oh, you were once the most powerful man in the world, a powerful person in the world, and now you're not in charge at a hospice. But what is he, like 97?
Yeah, he's up there.
He
Yeah.
is. But always a very pleasant guy. Can we get back at getting pleasant guys in there, or women, men, pleasant people? What do you say?
I like it. Pleasant is perfect.
Might
That's
be
my
time.
slogan.
Pleasant is perfect. Well, it is. I agree with you 100% for once.
Thank you.
You know, I was torturing Brittany on before the show
Always.
because.
Always. Everything I was doing annoying him. I was too singy. I was too quiet. I was
No,
too
no,
this.
no. I was talking about what I was listening to on the way in.
Oh, well, yeah.
I-
yeah.
honest to God.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, as people know this is true, that I don't know if it's 99% or 99.9% of people in radio and TV suck. How high do you think? You think it's 99% or almost 100%?
I think that they're not our cup of tea. There's
No, they're just
there's
not.
something weird going on, especially the national syndicated shows that try to make everybody
Yes.
happy
Yes.
and then make nobody happy. Those are not great.
So I'm going to do my nationally syndicated morning radio show, Read of the Weather.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, because this is how they all sound. I was dialing around this morning.
All right, I'm listening.
It's time for the weather here at the Tom Barnard Morning Show. It's going to be cooler and breezy, partial sunshine with an isolated shower. High today is going to be a very nice 70 degrees.
It's so bad.
Partly to mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of... Who talks like that?
I don't know.
I have never... And the other thing is this deal, like when I was a cat man.
So it's either in your nose or your throat.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't talk normal.
It's true. But I find it kind of entertaining in a way. It's like, Jesus, really? That's the deal?
I gotta start changing my voice.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like that's like part of radio evolution.
When you get the pukey deal going?
I'm
Hey,
gonna-
Brittany, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna be a sexy kitten.
Oh, God, not another one. Not another sexy kitten, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm innocent.
Again, my impression of Doug Sprinthal. Oh, Brittany.
Thanks, Doug. I needed it,
Jesus,
man.
honest
I was
to
getting
God.
everywhere, man. I get it from Chris, now Rudy, now you, always you. But you started the trend.
What do you mean, always me?
Always you. I'm either to this, to that. Right in that morning one, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start just mirroring whatever you are, and see if you like that.
Okay, mirror this. Mirror that, sister. What do you think of that action?
I like coming in.
Just not being here. She likes to come in, but she doesn't like to
What
be
is
here.
even that?
We just love to torture you.
Do you know what I like about this job?
What?
I
Very
feel like
little?
I get to show up as myself,
Yes.
and there's no pressure to look a certain way.
No, there's no radio. This is not a radio show anyway.
But I feel so comfortable. Like, it's so
Good.
funny because I'll literally think, oh, I should put on something, this or that. And then I go, no, I'll just wear what I would normally wear.
Whatever you want to do.
Ironically, that's what Tom and I hate about this job is that you show up as yourself, dressed in the way you want.
Yeah. Yep. You horn tootin'.
That was funny.
You damn right.
Yeah,
That's
I get
the deal
that.
right there.
I feel that.
Okay, let me get back to the weather
Oh.
forecast. You know.
Okay, wait, but what was the high today? Because I was listening to the voice more than the content.
That's what I was going to get back to the.
Okay, you hadn't said it. I was just obsessed.
No, I did say it,
Okay.
but you're annoying.
Okay, sorry.
I was telling Doug last night, maybe she's okay, but she's really annoying. I was telling him that last night. I was telling him that. Yeah. Okay. So here's the forecast: cooler and breezy, partial sunshine with an isolated shower. High of 70. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny with a high of 73. Then Friday, sunny and 77. Saturday, sunny and 81. Woo. Sunday, sunny and 83. Beautiful weather coming up.
Yes.
So even today, 70 and sunny. What the hell? Nothing wrong with that.
I thought of you last night.
What did
I almost sent you a screenshot. I was watching the Twins, and I thought of you.
I haven't even looked at the final score, but I know they lost.
Yeah.
That team sucks so badly right now. Okay, you may as well get started right now with those sons of bitches.
It was literally my car had announced it needed more oil. Had the little low oil.
Ooh, I got the same deal. I got to call in.
Oh, so I ran over to a local place here in over in Eden Prairie, and I was like, you know what? I texted Justin. I said, I'm gonna grab some miso soup, and I know, and just have just by myself, kind of hang out. And the Twins were on, and I thought, I'll give this an old gander, and it was the last inning. It was rough.
They're terrible right now, and I'm sorry, your bullpen sucks. That bullpen is dreadfully bad.
I feel like I get what you guys saying with the hitting. It just there's no hitters.
They strike out constantly now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to blame it on the manager, Rocco Baldelli, but it is time to step it up here, Rocco. Let's go.
Well, our listeners don't mind attacking Rocco, and it's
they don't.
actually hilarious. And I have no dog in the fight. I couldn't recognize him with a two-man lineup.
Seems like a nice guy.
But it's pretty funny how passionate our listeners are. Their emails, they do not hold back.
I'm a huge Twins fan. I love the Minnesota Twins. I will always love them, but I am getting so disgusted. This team is terrible right now. They started off very well. I thought, in the preseason, spring training, they looked pretty good and went, hey, man, this is a team I could follow. They're getting worse instead of better, and that's what I don't understand. Right?
I literally watched it because I thought, you know what? Let's watch. And it was so rough. That last inning was so rough. I thought about you. I almost sent you a screenshot. Then I thought, well, maybe he's just doing something he wants to do instead of watching right now, and I won't.
That's exactly what I was doing.
I was like, I won't throw him in this chaos right now.
No, I literally start. Whenever the Twins are doing really well or really poorly, I start receiving text messages from Judd Zulgad. Are you watching this crap? He was all worked up last night. But, well, here you go. I did not know this, and now I'm even more pissed off. So I guess I better find out the night before, because now I'm really pissed off.
I feel like we've got Judd on. He can talk you through it, because I feel bad for even bringing it up early. But I just did one time ever some homework, and that was rough.
Do it.
That was rough.
We were at the game on Monday night. A friend of mine from San Francisco's in town, big Giants fan, doesn't know much about the Twins division. And we got about through the sixth inning, and he looks at me and goes, this team's in first place?
I know.
I was like, I know. Trust me, the division is that bad. That's how terrible it is.
And the division is that bad.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. The other divisions, they'd be 8, 9, 10 games back.
Oh, yeah.
Bases, I didn't know this. Now I'm even more pissed off. Bases loaded walks erase strong start for Twins. When are they going to stop with this bullpen? This bullpen is terrible.
I don't know.
I'm going home.
Right?
That's it. I'm heading back to the house, get some sleep.
Put me in a medicated coma.
I'm not kidding you. Now is the time. This bullpen is horrendous. And a couple of them were really good last year. Like Jax was good last year. This year he can't find anything. He can't pull anything out of his ass this year.
Oh, can't even find his asshole.
He can. Did you just call me an asshole?
Yeah, you can't find Tom Barnard.
I can't find Tom.
Not on the dial. We're actually on an app.
Yes, it's a different situation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. In any case, so let me get away from this. I'm looking at the Twins, and it's just pissing me off to no end, so I got to avert my eyes. Is what
we need to get a blood pressure monitor in here.
I'm not kidding you. There's no reason for it. They've done it week after week after week now for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's time to make some changes. Get the hell out.
Yes.
I mean, if that's the best you can do, go play in Double-A or something, right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair.
You horn tootin'. God, I got to pop this up again. I just thought I saw something. Target had to pull some of their ads.
Yeah, I saw that so Pride Weekend, Target goes, they throw a lot of things at the wall and see what sticks. And some of it's kind of hilarious and weird. Like, they always have a review. I follow some people on TikTok that review Pride Week Target merch. And it's, and they're always, usually this gay guy that's hilarious will be like, do I love this? I'm not sure. It's a little unhinged. They just literally throw anything on a T-shirt and try to make it work for Pride Weekend.
Well, this doesn't sound too good, what they were doing here.
Uh-oh, what did they have?
I don't know what it is yet because I just saw the headline, but Target pulls some LGBTQ plus merchandise from stores ahead of June Pride Month after threats to workers.
Oh.
They won't say which items they're removing. I'm just kind of going through this. It says, since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. Given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. Well, but they don't. Oh, they didn't include this in the story. Apparently, there's some reference to. I don't know. This isn't exactly what it is, and it's not in. I can't find it in here. But apparently, the reason everybody's so pissed off is not that it was LGBTQ plus. It was something about for those of you who are anti-trans, rest your head here, and it showed a picture of a guillotine.
Oh wow, Target. That feels a little strong.
That's a little over the top, don't you think?
I kind of like it. I don't know.
It's not in this story, but I got several. I didn't even know what those emails were about. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, that kind of cracks me up. Target, you have to keep in mind, Target has a mass. They just like I said, throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It costs them barely any money to print out these shirts. I think it's funny. I wouldn't even be mad if there was things that were against things I believe because it's so stupid.
Yeah, you guys, like when people put in their kitchen those stickers that say like "Live, Laugh, Love."
Yes.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
one of the shirts that they just pulled says "Live, Laugh, Lesbo," which I think is actually kind of funny.
Great.
That's cute.
I don't. It's not offending anyone.
No, it's so. I mean, and I don't. I hope I see somebody wearing one. I can't commit to such a ridiculous shirt, but I love it.
You know what,
I am glad somebody else has fun with it.
You know what I really like about this world is that people have no memory whatsoever.
Yeah.
None, right? Oh, they should do this, and you people do that. Where were all you people in the news business 20 years ago when the KQ Morning Show brought not one but two trans people in studio, one man to woman, one woman to man, and asked them what this is all about? This is 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Right? Had a very nice, frank conversation with both of them, had a wonderful day. Matter of fact, I think one of them wanted to date your boy here, but I'd said, I'm with Catherine, But no, seriously, all of these things they talk about now, 20 years later, 37 years ago, we hired the first two black men to be on a morning show, right?
Yeah.
An Asian woman. We put a woman on the morning show. We put trans people on the morning show. We did all this stuff. Where were you all then when we're talking about, hey, we need to address this and make everybody comfortable, which we did. We did a really nice job with that, I think. But where the hell were you then, right?
I don't know.
Did you call up and say, hey, man, this is great, thank you, I learned a lot today? No, not one reporter, writer, TV, radio, whatever, not one of you reached out. And now you can say things like, oh, you're a racist because you live in a white community. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous. You're trying to make money off it, and that is the difference here. You know that's what this is about. This is not about trans people. It's not about racism. This is about me making money by claiming you're a racist and a transphobe.
Well, also the T-shirt biz. I don't know if you guys ever go on those websites where you can buy anything on a T-shirt, and they have just like crazy things. Like you can buy a baby T-shirt that's like, my dad's a DILF,
Mm-hmm.
and they just throw everything. They've got no emotional attachment on anything. They've got things that are racist, things that are pro, different, like diverse. It's just, you'll have two T-shirts right next to each other that could be insane. nobody cares. They just want you to buy a T-shirt,
Right.
and so it is all about money, and they're
That's
not.
all it is.
Target wants to make money off Live, Laugh, Lesbo, and good for them.
But you can't turn around and start calling people really bad names and wishing they'd be guillotined. Where the hell were you when it was positive? When we brought people into the spotlight to
Yeah.
go, hey, this is something that we haven't talked about before. Where the hell were all of you then going, hey, that was a great show. I'm glad you did that.
Honestly, if somebody had a shirt that even said, I'm trying to think of something that would, there's rarely something that gets my heart rate up. That was like, I don't even recycling's dumb. Put your head on this guillotine, or I wouldn't even care. None of it would get my heart rate
Well,
up.
I understand that, but what if you're going to be so negative, where were you when it was supposed to be positive?
That's where Live, Laugh, Lesbo is.
Oh, is that what that? Oh, okay.
They want
I
you to
see.
both live, laugh, and Lesbo.
And lesbo it up.
Why not?
It'd be very difficult for me to be a lesbian.
Not impossible if you try hard enough.
No,
Work hard
not at
at
all.
it.
You're into women, so you're already halfway.
Well, I
to
suppose
being
that's
a
true.
lesbian.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely true.
absolutely.
When I did that speech on Monday night,
Yeah.
I was talking to 3 18-year-olds, and I said, the number one thing that I would love to see from your generation, because you're going to have to start at 18 years old, you need to bring us all together again. This ripping people to shreds like they do every day in the national news has got to stop. Did you hear the latest? Oh, geez, I know we got to go in a second here. We should have gone earlier, but there was a fist fight at Disney World.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see what it was about?
Yeah.
What was it about?
They were going to take a family picture, and another family, one of the guys edged into the picture. So the guy politely said, would you mind just stepping out of the frame for 1 second? I want to take a family picture. The guy goes, yeah, I'll step out of frame, walks over and punches him in the face at Disney World.
It's the happiest place on earth.
The happiest place on earth.
Let them take a family photo.
You got to find people in your life that know Photoshop. 'Cause
Right.
when we went to Disney,
Yeah.
I never asked anybody, hey,
couldn't
man, can
do
you
it.
step out of the way because it was too much? And finally, every picture that we have that we printed off of Disney, there's nobody in it except for us because you got to find somebody in your life that's got some Photoshop skills that can get those people out of there. Because if not, you end up taking one to the grill while you're at Disney World.
I just don't understand why you would punch somebody for asking you to move out of a frame.
Is it really that busy there where you can't get a group photo? Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
I'd be scared to send Rudy, like, hey, Rudy, can you Photoshop this? Because God knows what he'd secretly put in the back.
That's
like,
true. That's true.
Like Mickey Mouse with his
Mickey,
pants
Minnie,
down
and
in the
Penis
corner.
Man. Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true. Now, we have got to stop with this hatred that is being puked out by our big business people, our politicians, our news reporters. You people are making money off of other people's misery, and you need to shut the F up. You really do.
Yeah, live, laugh, Lesbo.
Yeah, horn tootin'.
Yeah.
Live, last Lesbo, baby.
Baby.
That's all I got to say. But yeah, I get punched because I asked you politely to move out of the picture frame.
How do you...
What?
If that guy's punching people for that, he's punching people for everything.
Oh, you got that right. All right. Let me add a little punch to this commercial.
Woo!
Ah! What do you think of that segue?
Transition.
What I said segue. Did you hear me? Okay. As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton. It's called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee, a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream sheets. You will receive a set for as low as $29.98. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146, use promo code TOM, or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, you don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan, and I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw and Bryant.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
You know, I've always said you can't count on 2 nice weekends in a row until mid-June in Minnesota. Well, once again, I'm right. What better time to lose weight like I'm doing with mnfatloss.com? The program has been great for me. I've lost 20 pounds, and I've been on the program for exactly 1 month today. I'm not feeling hungry. I am feeling a lot healthier, and I've got plenty of energy. You know me. I'm not going to count points or eat prepackaged meals. Certainly no hypnosis is going to happen. I wouldn't follow a fat loss program that isn't safe. I got to be around to do this podcast because my name's on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm proving that you can lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a couple of months. Do yourself a favor and check out the program at mnfatloss.com. Of course, results may vary, but I'm losing weight, and I do feel great. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, like I'm doing, that's about a pound of fat every day, by the way. No exercise required. Schedule your free consultation. Go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Be sure to tell them that Tom Barnard sent you.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. I pissed myself off, so it's an easy job.
Did you just say you piss yourself?
Off.
Oh,
I put
okay.
off in there. Yes, and I just pissed myself, too.
Me too.
Hey, you know, I tried to make it to the bathroom, but I didn't make it over there.
I tried to do a jumping jack. Pissed myself. Just kidding.
I got distracted by my own anger. Ooh, I do every day, as a matter of fact.
That's a good one.
Get pissed off at the world every single day because everyone's insane.
My mom said her favorite Target shirt is Duck, Duck, Gay Duck.
Well, yeah, duck, duck, gay duck. Good shirt. Once again, and look, Rudy, you know this. If you work in the voiceover business, you're going to work with a lot of gay people. Uh-huh. I mean, you just are. There's a lot of agents that are gay. Why would you care? I've never understood that. What you do is none of my damn business.
If you want to wear a shirt that says, I hate Brittany Arneson that you bought at Target, I'd say get some.
Go and get it.
Get it.
They don't go on sale till June 1st. I already checked.
Well, that's right.
You're waiting on it.
Just one more week to go, baby.
I pre-ordered.
Your men's medium.
One more week to. You know, this actually put me in a good mood today. Isn't that amazing? People being so extremely hateful and disgusting.
It cracks me up. I'm sorry. I just
it
don't
put me in
take
a
any
good
of it
mood.
serious. I don't see any of
You
this in
can't.
my day-to-day life, and I honestly wonder sometimes even if it's real. Like, is there really somebody busting into Target going, who put this shirt here?
What's with this shirt?
I will not live, laugh, Lesbo.
Who cares? That's the amazing thing. Live your life. Let them live their lives. You get together, have a little dinner, or you don't. Who cares?
Why is there a rainbow here?
Oh, Jesus. It just... But then on the other side, you got, and if you don't like it, we'll cut your head off. Boy, those are two pretty extreme sides,
I
would
don't even think it's real. I've been trying to find
it's
this
real. No,
guillotine
it's real.
shirt.
It's gone.
I'm just saying, I've been searching for this specific one. Who knows? It's like if that was even a real thing, or if like you remember when
Are you
they.
calling my wife a liar? Is that what you're doing? Because she read me the story last night.
First off, obviously I'm attacking your wife.
Of course.
Obviously I'm coming after your wife. That
just-
was the long con. I've been waiting
exactly.
17 years to attack your wife.
I want a politician or a newspaper person or a TV person, call in right now. Where were you guys 20 years ago when we were trying to learn things, bringing people into the studio going, hey, let's get to know one another? Where were you then? Why weren't you praising that effort? Because you sure as hell love to run people into the ground when they go the other direction. Well, don't you think you should support it when they move in the right direction? But you didn't. Not one of you did.
Is it just like a lack of hobbies? Like some people's hobbies are being outraged, and they must every
Probably.
day
Yeah, you're
they
probably
open their
right.
computer and go, oh,
I'm really pissed today now.
oh no! Like it cracks me up. I can't pretend to care.
No, let me give you an example. This is what life is supposed to be like. I'm sitting last night watching Murdoch Mysteries, which Catherine and I love. It's 15 seasons. And I think the 16th starts this fall.
How
It's
many
a Canadian show.
How many epis per season? Is it a lot?
I think it's 15.
Dang, you got a lot of show left.
We got a lot of shows left to watch. So we watch Murdoch Mysteries because we both love it. It was a great show and all the rest of it. And then it's time for me to go to bed. And as I said, Jude always sleeps in the chair right between Catherine and me. He has to be right between us or he's not happy, right? So I get up, kiss my wife, give her a hug, good night. And as I'm walking over to grab my stuff, put it away, and then walk back to the bedroom, I see Catherine sneaking up on Jude. Because he's asleep. Well, he's not asleep, but he's got his back turned to her.
Yeah.
And she's like sneaking up on him. It made my night.
That's so
fun. He loves her oh my God, he loves her.
That's so sweet.
It is unbelievable. See, that's what I want to see in life. Once you praise people for doing good things, or you're going to beat the piss out of them for doing bad things in your view.
Yeah.
And show a little love once in a while. What do you say?
I think it's very sweet. Anthony, one of our listeners, wrote in on the app. My son came home from college with a T-shirt that says, "I'm not gay, but $20 is $20 bucks."
That's the one down in Key West. Mm-hmm. That's the one I walked by.
You've talked about, yeah.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
I mean, I can apply that to anything, but I love
funny.
it. It's funny.
I like the guys with the novelty T-shirts because you don't have to actually have a conversation with them to know that they're a good dude.
Yeah.
You already know immediately. You're like, you have a T-shirt. Like my uncle had a T-shirt and it just had 2 pigs, and it was like 30 different positions that the pigs were having sex in. And they were just little cartoon pigs. And I'm like, I like a guy who wears a shirt like that.
A pig shirt.
Yeah, I know a guy like that's going to be a good time. It might have a mustard stain on it, and yes, he smells like Bud Light, but hey, man, he's going to be a fun time.
I always wonder, too, like, what dictates a joke like this, $20 is $20 is like, that could have been just a verbal joke you liked. And then when you commit it to a T-shirt, when you commit it then to a bumper sticker, or when you think it's so good you get like a tattoo of something. So it's the evolution of what you think is how you want to memorialize a joke is just like an ongoing ramp.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we look for humor like that, like you guys just did? Why don't we look to be happy? Why don't we look to cooperate instead of making money off of causing even more anger and hatred? You people are disgusting who do that. You really are disgusting human beings making money off of other people's misery that you caused in the first place.
There you go.
So shut up and get the hell away from my family. That's all I'm telling you.
You're not this speech you're giving is going out to our listeners, and they're not like this. So
Our listeners are not like that at all.
I know. So
one world, baby.
we solved it.
That's all we're saying. And why'd you use the word dictate?
I don't even remember using it.
You did.
I feel like it was right.
One of my favorite lines in a movie.
Oh, tell me.
A guy walks up to another guy. A couple of urban gentlemen walk. Guy walks up to the other guy and goes, "Hey, man, did you go to high school?" He goes, "Yeah, I went to high school." "Did you graduate?" "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I'm going to throw a word at you and use it in a sentence. I'm going to test your intellect." The guy goes, "Okay." He goes, "Use the word dictate." "Okay. Hey, Tim, how my dictate?" I think that's phenomenal. See, now that is a very inner city urban joke.
It's hilarious.
I love it.
That might be bumper sticker worthy. I might skip the T-shirt, go to the bumper sticker. How my dictate.
You can get that tattoo right next to Live, Laugh, Lesbo.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, right. It's one arm that and the other arm how my dictate.
I've been 37 years on this planet, and I haven't listened to a joke that I've decided to put a tattoo until this moment.
Today's the day.
Today's the day, and it's going to be big.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the lovely and talented, what's her name again? It's KB something, KB1, is it KB2? It's KB2. How are you, sister?
Hang on, we got to turn Tom off real quick.
Got it.
Well, she does
There we
every
go.
morning. So. Ooh, look, I'm Blue Boy. I didn't even realize this shirt was this bright blue.
I'm Blue Boy.
You got the blue and you got the purple.
Purple.
KB2's got the purple. You two guys are both in black, so there's a nice balance.
Rest in peace.
Kristyn Burtt, how are you today?
Doing great. How's everyone?
Well, we're just talking about how in the media, and you know this, that people could bring us all together, and there's no money in that, so they don't do that. They tear us apart because they make a lot of money by doing that. I just, like I said, could you once in a while in a newspaper or on the national news praise someone for doing something that's actually nice instead of something that you gain from and therefore it's nice? What do you think?
They want the drama. The drama is what brings the ratings, and ratings brings the money.
Why can't people I want to tune in and say, hey, look how nice this person is. That would be great.
There
Too
are
boring?
some social media accounts that only report on like good news, but you have to kind of search them out to find them.
Got to dig deep to find them.
You
I
do.
guess.
But
I
I
you know.
like all the like animals, like all the kitty and puppy feed videos. Those are perfect. Keeps me in a nice little happy bubble.
Yeah, how am I going to be crabby? At home last night, I'm hanging out with my wife, having a great time watching a show. I talked to Bob Sanser on the phone, Doug Sprinthal on the phone. I was in a great mood when I went to bed. Find better friends that make you happy. Right?
That's right.
That's all you need to do. Try to be happy. Go out of your way to try to be happy. Just one day, see how it works.
You gotta hang out with a good gang, you know?
I couldn't agree more. There's no question about it. So what's the latest in your world?
Latest in my world, everyone is cracking down. You got Netflix. Anyone sharing their password? Because that's going away right now.
That's right.
Yeah, they're all looking to make money at this point. So you have to be able to, everyone has to be in your household in order to share your password. Otherwise, you can add it per month, per person, $7.99.
So you can't share it with your children at college anymore?
No, you cannot.
Oh,
you have to be in the same household.
So you know what happened here? That other people abused it, and therefore they had to take it away.
Well, they used to joke about it. It used to be a part of their ad campaign, like joking
Right.
about sharing passwords. They knew it was an open secret. They thought it was funny.
Right.
Now we're at a point where they're like, we're trying to generate cash here, and they are looking for people to subscribe. And they've
Right.
done it already in other countries. They initially saw some fallout where people were like, oh, that's going to be too expensive, and they would just drop it because they
Right.
don't want to add that extra person for $7.99 a month. But what they've found is that subsequently people missed their shows and they'd come back and they would subscribe and they would get new subscribers
Oh,
of
sure. Yeah.
people that were obviously siphoning off someone else's password.
You know what Catherine told me a couple of weeks ago? She's scrolling through all the stuff on the streaming grid. And she said, Tom, how is it possible that we have more websites, streaming websites, on our screen than even exist? I said, what are you talking about? She said, we subscribe to like 100 things. What are you doing? I said, it's not 100. Then I started counting, and it was a lot. But, I don't think there are any left that we're not a member of, so I better back off.
Also, the sharing of the password for like Netflix, that's how I knew I was in a committed relationship.
No, that's right.
I felt good enough to be able to give my and then one day I realized, I'm like, why am I dating broke girls all the time? Like, maybe
why are you?
Maybe I should find a girl with a 9 to 5, got her own money.
Oh, I love
Rudy,
it.
now you have to make a real commitment and pay $7.99 for them a month.
I pay
$100
enough
a
already.
year. It's only $100 a year, What are you gonna do?
What you can do is you can refer everyone to Fast TV, which is where
Yeah.
a lot of the networks are putting the money.
Yep.
People don't know what Fast TV. It's free ad-supported television, and it's your Tubies and your Plutos and your freebies,
Right,
which we've talked a
right.
lot about. But they are now you're seeing things like Tubi and Pluto generating enough ratings that Nielsen is starting to track their viewing minutes.
Oh.
And like we've seen with Freevee, because we've spent a lot of time talking about jury duty here, we're going to start seeing a lot of original programming on Fast TV, which I think is going to be interesting because it's so weird that we have circled back around to basically your broadcast channels, but these are streaming channels, but they're ad supported. And so what's going to happen with the broadcast networks? That's my real question, because
Right.
if they're dumping money into Fast TV, and a lot of these are owned by like Paramount, Comcast, and Fox, Fox owns Tubi. So they're going to have to figure out like where they're investing their dollars, where the money's going, because once this original programming really gets going, it's probably game over for broadcast eventually.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Look, broadcast TV and broadcast radio are both going away in the next few years. They just are. There's way too much debt, and they cannot keep up with it. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and what's going to happen, like, I'm so curious, like, who's going to be the first, like, major company to say, hey, this is going away, like, this channel's going away that you've grown up with, that you've known for so long, for decades.
Right.
That's going to, because I think that's going to start the free fall, and I think everyone's going to play chicken to be the first person to pull the trigger.
Did you tell us yesterday that Showtime is moving to Paramount Plus?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, this is exactly it. We're starting to see a lot of people where they're like, we can't sustain just this channel. We need to start merging these channels. The companies, are looking at this overall going, hey, we can't individually just dump money into Showtime. Showtime kind of got eclipsed by Netflix, HBO, and everything that was happening. Yep. So they said, we're going to take the properties that we have at Showtime, Yellow Jackets probably being one of their biggest properties right now. Mm-hmm. And merging it with Paramount Plus, and that will be happening beginning June 27th. So that's when you'll start seeing everything merge. Yesterday, we saw HBO Max just become Max, but that also involved a merge with Discovery Plus. So you'll notice a lot more unscripted programming now on your Max subscription. So this is the big shuffle, and this is the big reorganization, because everyone's trying to figure out how to make this business model work.
See, I mean, you take series out, like I love The Sopranos, and there are these other series I love, but I right now think television's never been better. It's phenomenal right now. Really good programming.
Well, and there's something for everyone. I think that's the great thing about it. And I do love the fact that these fast channels are bringing original programming and offering, you can watch 24/7 of 90210 or Fantasy Island or whatever the heck you want to watch. But I think it's bringing classic television together with new television. Yeah. And once we start seeing, and I'll tell you, the success of Jury Duty, and I was an early adopter to this one because I'm like, everyone has to watch this. The success of Amazon's Freevee with this particular show is really going to start getting the ball rolling and a lot of shows greenlit. And I'm excited about it because it was something different, It might not be for everyone in terms of an unscripted programming, but I love the improv aspect of it. I love what it brought. It's a good feeling TV show, and so hopefully we will see more of that in the future.
This could be great. Like I said, I didn't see this streaming television being as good as it is. There must be a lot of money to be made because they're spending a hell of a lot of money producing these shows, right?
And awards. Like, that's the other thing. Everyone wants bragging rights at the Emmys, and we've got several categories. I mean, we'll be talking about it this summer when nominations come out, but there's a lot of categories like female comedy. Like, this has become, they weren't getting showcased like they were on Broadcast Network, but hey, you can come to, Netflix, or you can come to Peacock, and you're going to find an incredible piece of work that highlights your comedic skills that you were never able to do in other genres, being like just the classic sitcom that you saw. So, and I think that's the great thing about it. There's the dramedy now, in which everyone's trying to argue, like, is it a drama? Is it a comedy? And you have to decide what category to get nominated in. But I think that there's just so many more opportunities now too.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Like I said, I really enjoy it. I sit there with Catherine. We don't spend a lot of time. Oh, like last night, you talked about HBO Max becoming Max, right? Other things happened yesterday, too. And I said, Catherine, you want to watch John Wick 4? And she said, what, you mean the movie? And I said, yeah. She said, it's 8:15. That movie's 3 hours long. You want to go to bed at 11:30, do you? What a good idea, Tom. I went, yeah, well, probably not. That movie is almost 3 hours long. 3 hours a massacre.
My husband and I, Bill and I, always have that argument too. We're sitting there and he'll be like, do you want to start a movie? I'm like, it's 9:30. I get up at 4:45. What are you talking about? I'm like, if you want to negotiate this on a Saturday starting at like 5 p.m., fabulous. But
that's what we'll probably do, is we'll watch it at 5 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday. That's exactly what we'll do.
It's true.
It's hilarious. Any other big things popping up?
Well, I know it was Brittany's birthday. Happy birthday, Britt.
Oh, Brittany's
Thank
birthday.
you.
I
I'm old
found
now.
the perfect gift for Tom to buy you. It is the Princess Leia outfit.
Oh yeah.
The
That's
original
what I
one from
want,
Star
yes.
Wars. You can do
course.
space buns. It's only going to cost somewhere between $1 and $2 million when it goes up for auction.
Sure.
From the prop store.
Great
it goes
idea.
up late June, so you might have to wait. But I think it would be perfect.
Yeah. Do you think Justin would fit in it though?
He could.
Yeah.
Possibly.
That's my kink.
My kink.
Love it.
Thanks.
Boy,
Or you
look
can
at
buy
that guy.
like the bat pod that Christian Bale used. They have a ton of props. It's just amazing to see how much these costumes and props from movie sets go for.
Isn't that amazing? I couldn't give a rat's ass about. Look, Marlon Brando once wore this hat. Who cares? So what?
I mean, I guess if it was like your favorite show, but investing like $1 million to $2 million, unless it's like a museum, I get that. But like, what do you do if you own the Princess Leia dress
Yeah.
You
and
hang
you
on.
spent $2 million on it?
You hang on to it and you sell it for $3 million
Yeah,
4 years from
probably.
now is what you do. Because there's a guy
Probably.
that we all used to work with. His name was JP. Do you guys remember JP?
Yeah.
JP the radio slave. And he worked down this hallway at Drive 105. And JP, there's an actual picture of JP standing on a coffee table with a 40 ounce in his hand and a blunt. And he is wearing the Pope's robe. The actual Pope's robe. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing with the Pope's robe? And he goes, I bought it for $150,000 and it sat in a closet. We had it, like they took out all the they put it in the bag and then sucked the air out of it.
Yeah.
It sat in there for about 9 months and then I turned around and sold it for about $225,000 9 months later. I'm like, that's a hell of an investment you made. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what you do with stuff like that.
You got to be careful because as somebody who invested young, I was very young and learned a hard lesson that my Beanie Babies did not pay off.
Oh, Beanie Babies. What a disaster.
I really, yeah.
Speaking of kinks, hey now.
suppose.
I got
Princess Diana one though. If you have the Princess Diana Beanie Baby, I think it's the one that still holds its value.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can buy them still for like $20.
Even the Princess
God.
Di one, I think that was the purple. Wasn't that the purple one?
Yeah, with the little flower. Yeah. And then I thought, oh, my pristine one was, for some reason, I thought was like the little Irish bear. I had a little green bear. And I treated that thing better than I treated anything in my life. And now my baby gnaws on all of them because they're all worthless.
That's
It's
very
like the
negative.
Cabbage Patch craze that happened
Oh,
in the
yeah.
80s. People, they kept them in a box, and I don't know if they're worth anything now.
A little sad tale for you. I won't say where it was. It was a drugstore, but I won't say what city it was in or what the drugstore was. Well, this is many years ago now, obviously. But I walk in and I walk up to the counter, and there's a pile of Beanie Babies. This is many years ago. There's a pile of Beanie Babies about 4.5, 5 feet deep. I mean, there must have been 1,000 Beanie Babies. And this was right after we found out nobody wanted them. So I walk up, and I didn't even say anything. I looked at the pile of Beanie Babies, and the guy at the cash register goes, yeah, son of a bitch. Whoops. Did we make a bad investment there, sir?
Oh, so I'm finding Princess Di anywhere from $15 to, there are some sitting here on eBay that are really going for it. They're trying for $49,000.
Sure.
But there are
absolutely.
quite a bit of used ones for $30, $15, $35.
Wouldn't they lose money on that? Because didn't they buy them for like $7 25 years ago?
Yeah, I mean,
So they ended up losing money actually
Sure.
on the
Yeah.
deal.
My old man, even though I see him once every decade, he stopped by for a Christmas like probably 6 years ago and went to like a thrift store and bought everything for like $1 for gifts, which is fine. Whatever, man. I
right,
get it. You're an
right.
alcoholic. You're poor. Fine. Whatever. I don't even need a gift. It's great. But he bought me a Precious Moments like Harvest Fall collection. Do you guys remember Precious Moments?
No.
From the Hallmark store.
Yeah, from the Hallmark store. And it was the full set. And my brother-in-law looked it up. He's like, dude, you can get like $150 for this thing off eBay. And sure as shit, I threw it up, and like $175 later, I pocketed all that money.
dang.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you buy for yourself for Christmas?
I don't know. A new dad?
It was negative,
Aw,
though.
aw.
It was a big problem. His father took a huge hit on that. Let's not even talk about it.
Yes, he's never battled back financially since then.
Yeah, I bet not.
This is the second time this week precious moments have come up in a conversation for me.
That's right.
And I was playing tennis with somebody, and she goes, we were talking about kind of husbands and having to like set the tone early with presents. And she was like, yeah, my husband got in his head that I like, because his sisters like precious moments, that I was going to like precious moments. And it was like, took me about 3 years to finally say, I'm not a precious moment person. If you buy another one in this house, like I will lose my, shit. And so it's so funny that now she had said it early and now he won't even look at any of those knickknacks for her. But like, you either are a knickknack person or you are not.
No, I
And-
suppose that's true, yes.
Yeah.
My mother was.
Was she?
She had an angel collection.
Aww.
And in her angel collection, now you have to remember, my mother was a not a hard left Democrat, but she was a big time Democrat.
Yeah.
But it will show you how even keel she was, which of course she taught me to be very even. Yeah,
Obviously.
Obvious, just a given. She had like 100 little angel statues, and right in the middle of the angel statues, there were two other statues. One was Tim Pawlenty, who was a Republican governor. She's an ardent Democrat, but she just loved the guy anyway. And Louis Anderson's little statue.
Oh.
Because Louis every time he came to town, those two spent all this time. Oh my God, those two together. It was unbelievable.
That's so
It
fun.
was very sweet.
You're probably hanging out together right now.
Okay, they probably are, you're right. I want to read you just a headline. I've not read this story. I just want to read, before you go, Kristyn Burtt, I want to read this headline. You ready? Cops. Man who tried to kill rescue workers was living with his mother's corpse. That's the headline. Like, holy Hannah. That was a hell of a long way to go, don't you think?
It's a lot of information as to what was going on in his personal life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting to find out what the hell he was doing. I loved my mother. I adored my mother. I don't want to put my arm around her corpse. I'm good.
Yeah, we had a situation like this happen not too far from where
Really?
I lived. And when they arrested the guy, his mother had been passed for like 6 years. And she was in a freezer. She was in a giant
Oh, sure.
freezer. And he
Yeah.
got into an argument with some kids out on the lawn. And then for whatever reason, I don't know how it escalated, but it turned into a standoff.
I remember this story.
And the guy, when he was arrested, because they had let him out on bail, I believe, and then he had an interim of like 3 days, and there was a reporter who found him because during that time they had taken the mom's body, they flew it down to Madison, they had to thaw out this giant freezer of this woman and then bury her. And the guy was standing at a cemetery, and somebody had walked up and was like, "Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?" And he goes, I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy person. We have no money. And my mom was getting a Social Security check, and that's how I was living. Do you think I wanted to put my mom in a freezer? Absolutely not. I had to pretend to people that we knew that my mom was still alive for 6 years. Do you think I wanted to? Like, I can't hold a job because he had a disability, and that is... So when you hear stories like this, you're like, what a psycho. And then you read the whole story and go, okay, now I kind of feel bad for the guy.
No, sorry. You don't
No?
keep a corpse in your freezer,
I don't know.
no matter what.
I don't know. Did we ever meet his mom? Was she kind of a bitch?
Well,
maybe?
that's a good point.
Right?
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
I like how Rudy gets to the. I mean,
Massive
I like.
pain in the ass
Yeah.
that my mother was.
I like that little journey we went on.
See, I loved my mother, but I don't want to like hang out with her when she's dead.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm good. I don't need it. KB2, who's better than you? That's what I want to know.
A lot of people, I'm sure.
Oh, here we go.
We'll start a list.
I just love-
We'll start a list and have it running.
Yeah, we'll get it going.
I am going to start a list of like TV shows when I start recommending them that Tom watches like one episode and then quits.
Yeah, yes. We
All
need
of them?
that,
You
yes.
mean all of them?
All
No,
of them,
TV
yeah.
is really good right now. I love television shows. I really do.
I
Nice.
just want to hear you like I completed a full season or I completed an entire series.
I could do that. I did with The Sopranos when they were on.
I was thinking Sopranos just now. Like,
Yeah,
I was
I
like, I
was.
bet you he finished
I
Sopranos.
finished Sopranos. Absolutely, I did.
We need to find another series that you can finish from
Well-
start. and
Did
then
you watch
finish.
Sopranos in real time, like when it was
Yeah.
coming out?
Yep.
Oh, I bet that was so fun. I bet you everyone was watching that.
Okay, we'll close with this,
Sunday
and I
nights
can't.
on HBO were a thing.
They were. Oh God, yes.
They were a thing. Sex in the City was also on that night, so it was a thing.
So Catherine and I invite Louis Nanny and Francine Nanny to our house for dinner. Louis Nanny's a legendary hockey player, businessman, all the rest of it. Big name in hockey and across the United States, and He just is. So they came over, nice Italian family. It's Sunday night, so we're going to watch The Sopranos on HBO. And our kitchen at that time had one of those counters where you could look over it and there'd be a little TV room, kind of the combination kitchen TV room kind of deal.
An open concept a little bit.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So we're watching this show, and Catherine's cooking, and I can see her wincing once in a while because things got a little weird on the show. She goes, right as the TV show ends, she goes, "All right, listen, you mother effers, the effing food's done, bitches." Remember, all they ever did on The Sopranos was drop the F-bomb. They had like 8,000 F-bombs per episode. But hearing Catherine say that was really funny.
That is funny.
All right, my dear, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good one, you guys.
KB2, ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt. We have to take a break. I love the fact when that whole first hour runs over because it means the show's going to fly by.
Yes.
Should I like it when the show flies by? I think it's an indication that it was fun anyway.
I wouldn't know because I guess I don't want to be here is the narrative we're pushing today.
I agree with Rudy that you're just a pain in the ass.
All right. I'll remember this.
I think I remember him
when
saying
I become a big time something. I'll
when I'm a
remember
big
this.
shot. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always said you can't count on 2 nice weekends in a row until mid-June in Minnesota. Well, once again, I might be right. Yes, I am. What better time to lose weight like I'm doing with mnfatloss.com. The program has been great for me. I've lost 23 pounds, and I've been on the program for a little over a month now. I am not feeling hungry. I am feeling healthier. Look at this. Look at how this shirt's too big for me now.
Look at that.
Pick up. I am feeling healthier. Got plenty of energy. I wouldn't follow a fat loss program that is not safe. I've got to be around to do this podcast. I'm proving that you can, if you lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a couple of months, do yourself a favor. Check out the program at mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Of course, results may vary, but I'm losing weight. I do feel great. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, and I was just thinking I've already lost 23 pounds, so, anyway, just like I'm doing. Just do what I'm doing. Just do what they tell you to do. That's about a pound of fat every day. No exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That is mnfatloss.com. Be sure to tell them Tom Barnard sent you.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan, and I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw & Bryant.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, really? You've got 2 drinks and one's like a 55-gallon drum. Really?
And I wonder why I pee 5 times in this show.
No, I have to pee. Way to go. Way to bring it up. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly looking at the weather here. Cooler and breezy today. Partial sunshine with an isolated shower, maybe, but a high of 70. So if they want to call 70 cooler, works for me. Partly to mostly sunny with a high of 73. Tomorrow on Friday, mostly sunny, warmer with 77 the high. Saturday, mostly sunny, 81. Sunday, mostly sunny, 83. Right now, it is partly cloudy. It is 60 degrees as we speak. And now we just move forward with the news, don't we?
We just keep delivering the news.
Is there anything good to talk about?
Yeah, I found some good stories. What was the thing I wanted to tell you about? Oh, go to Tom's News Stories. Are you having a 3/4 life crisis?
3/4 life.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, where is that?
We need to discuss.
Where is it? Great audio. Where is it?
We need to discuss, it says.
We need to discuss. I don't see that anywhere on here.
It's in the purple.
Okay.
Are you having a 3?
I don't. Oh, I thought that was the name of the title we need to discuss. Are you having a 3/4 life crisis?
Yes, sir.
So this is a psychological problem, is it?
No, I just thought it was interesting because they're putting
No, I
that
mean,
at like.
you have a psychological
Oh,
problem.
yeah. Well, obviously, that's the main problem.
What they were saying what?
I mean, I just saw the ages that they were putting it. You fall into that age, and we could discuss if you think you're having one.
Okay, 7 signs you might be having a 3/4 life crisis. Between the early 60s and mid-70s, some people may experience a developmental life transition. This transition can bring some strong feelings of regret, resentment, disillusionment, and grief. Embracing change, adopting a growth mindset, and connecting with others can help navigate this period. I don't understand this at all.
Side note, growth mindset is absolutely triggering to anybody in the workplace right now because I hear my husband say growth mindset all the time.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like, it's important to have a growth mindset.
So in your life, at your work, and in everything, a growth mindset?
Yeah, I guess. We're supposed to be growing at all times, which sounds exhausting.
Probably is. The midlife crisis, which can occur between the late 30s and mid-50s, so that's both of you.
Yep, we're currently panicking.
All right, is well researched, though not universally agreed upon. There is also anecdotal evidence of a quarter-life crisis facing someone in their mid-20s to early 30s. Now with the U.S. population over 65 projected to increase 50% in the next 15 years. Holy God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And with over 60 becoming the fastest growing age group worldwide, attention is being paid to whether a 3/4 life crisis awaits some of us as we reach our early 60s into our mid 70s. Well, what is causing? Okay, you're going to find this out right here. The concepts of these 3 crises, or transitions, as many researchers prefer to term them, draw from stage theories of adult development of Erickson, Levinson, and others. Now, they're just giving people credit. I hate giving people credit. Let's just move on.
You say, give credit where never.
Or it's never due. Life transitions can arrive without warning and feel unnerving. For some, reaching the 3/4 mark of life expectancy can be associated with increased distress. For example, one 2020 survey of more than 5,000 Australians found that a third had experienced a 3/4 life transition. They started drinking even more? Thank you very much.
There you go. Do people, a lot of your friends, when you guys go out, they drink a lot or no? No.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, 95% of my friends are dead, starting when I was 7 years old. So there you go. They reported feeling remorse, boredom, discouragement, and they questioned their legacies. This transition may feel like a crisis when it includes, now here's the important part.
Okay.
When it includes pervasive feelings of pessimism about the future. Well, how could you not right now? Everybody's a flaming asshole.
Have you felt pessimistic about the future your whole life or currently?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then it's on trend for you. We have to keep in mind baselines.
Well, it started when I was about 5, so it's been a while.
So we're going to count that as, okay, so you lean pessimistic.
One thing I do not lean is apathetic, though.
No.
I am not apathetic in the least. I do, and I don't know why, but I do care about everything.
I know things are not going well for me when I lean apathetic. I mean, I'm already somebody who's kind of like, but when things that I used to care about, I don't anymore.
Regret. I have a couple of things to regret. I trusted people. That's my biggest regret. Isn't that sad? That my biggest regret in life is I trusted some people.
But you know what, though? It's weird because I always have that thought of, like, you have had people completely take advantage of you, but you still trust people.
See, Tom, that's why you need a safe word.
I really do. There's no question. Like F off, that'd be a good one for me.
You could use that. I mean, Omaha, Nebraska, banana.
Omaha.
These all work. Yeah, spider, anything.
That'd be
yeah.
good.
Spider.
Resentment, irritability, or bitterness. No, I'm not bitter at all. Resentment. It's not a resentment. It's a regret. The one regret I do have is that I was foolish enough to trust people. I mean, these were really good friends of mine, and they still screwed me.
But if you went back in time, would you have done it differently?
Absolutely.
And
No
going
doubt.
forward, do you do things differently?
Oh, no doubt about it. Never again.
But the thing is, I also have to call you a liar because you still,
Yeah, I have to call you a liar, Tom.
you are somebody who still seeks out that trust or seeks out that connection.
Yeah,
because
that's
just the other
true.
day you handed me your credit card, which weighed a weird amount of weight. But
Why? There's a zero balance on it.
it's-
Shouldn't weigh that much.
He handed it to me and I was like, why is this so heavy?
It's made of metal, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. But I thought to myself, and I'm really cognizant going like, okay, I'm making sure you see that I'm not saving this on my computer, whatever. But like, you still trust people. Like I
try.
I know. So
But
I don't
knew
know.
you would never screw people out of anything.
But I'm sure you felt the same way about the people that did that to
That's-
you.
It is true.
So in conclusion, I'm after you.
You know, the funny thing about that is
Hmm.
these were professional people, and every one of them, I was already paying them something anyway.
That's so sad.
Say, I was already giving them money, but that wasn't enough. They had to steal more. And it's just, and it's somehow I'm lucky because I succeeded. Well, yes, there's a little luck, but I also
course there's-
busted my ass, unlike you, you lazy bastard, sitting around the house doing nothing.
Yeah.
Worthless piece of shit.
But no bitterness, by the way.
No,
We'd like
there's no
to quote,
bitter- no
there's no
bitterness there at
bitterness at
all.
all
None at
in
all.
his quarter life crisis.
Well, look, okay, you telling me you've never had a GM F you over in radio?
No, I have some GMs I used to hate, and
Oh, yeah.
now
No, don't waste your time.
I don't waste my time on it. Also, I don't know if I ever got screwed over because I don't know if I ever got enough money to be screwed
Well,
over.
yeah, there you go.
Like I just never got a chance to not be screwed.
I got a guy hired over at the Q. I had known him for years. They did not want to hire him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, come on, I worked with him before. He's a good guy. You should hire him. So they hire the guy. You know what the first thing he did was?
What?
Tried to talk them into cutting my pay. I'm not kidding. They didn't do it, of course.
Yeah.
But I looked at listen, you cross-eyed fat bastard. I brought you in here, and I'll take you out. You got it? What an asshole.
And you'll never see it coming because of
You
your
ain't gonna see-
terrible eyesight.
Exactly. Your terrible vision. No, I just, how do you sit at home and go, boy, isn't that great? A guy did me a huge favor, and then I screwed him over. How are you happy with yourself?
I don't know.
I got through it. I've had plenty of people step up. Well, like I said, coming back to Hubbard was a huge thing for me because this is where I started,
Yeah.
and this is where I want to finish. So great things. I'm not a victim. I'm not saying I was victimized by people. I was a victim to myself. I trusted scummy bastards.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were scummy bastards at the time, but I put that on myself and I moved forward because while they're starving or dying, I'll just be still working. I'm very happy, right?
There you go.
So screw you people. Really, money. Are you guys all that impressed with money anyway? I mean, people who do anything for money, I have never been that impressed with money.
Me and Shania Twain, we go.
You and
That don't
Yeah,
impress
there you
us much.
I love her.
I love her.
She's terrific.
She was just here in the cities.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, performing, and her boot game was strong.
She's terrific.
That leather jacket don't impress me much. Bitch, I saved all summer for
See?
this.
I
See?
just laughed. There's all these videos that they made of Brad Pitt living his life. So you think you're Brad Pitt? And he's like, what? What? I never did anything to you. That
Well,
don't
see?
impress me much. That
Oh my
song's
God.
good.
I was going to do more of these, but there are about 50 of them, so I guess I won't be doing all of these.
No, I just thought it was an interesting concept.
No, it
and that
is. It
we're at the point of quarter life crisis.
Crisis. Okay, well, yeah, we're not going through any crises right now. We're just kind of. I had a nice talk. I got a call last night from Dan Seaman, who is he the general manager of all Hubbard broadcasts?
The amount of nervousness I get around Dan Seaman
Really?
is unfathomed.
Oh, yeah, you got to park that. He's the best.
I know he's the best. I've only had positive experience with him, but he reminds me of an officer in the military because he's so cool and chill, and he's
Yeah.
secretly running everything. And I have this spastic energy around him, and I have to be like, be normal, Brittany, be normal.
No, just have that, and then I don't have to do anything for balance.
That's perfect.
So that'll work out really, really well.
And again, he's been nothing but nice to me ever, and
Right.
but I just know he like runs things, and my fear is like he'll realize I'm an idiot and fire me.
I don't really see Dan screwing people over. I've known him for years now. He's not like that.
No, I'll tell you a story off air about Dan that is one of the. Speaking of GMs, I've never been screwed over by a small market GM or Dan Seaman.
Yeah,
That's it?
Large market GMs are the worst sons of bitches to work for.
Of all time.
They are, except for Dan. Dan's the only one who has ever been incredibly fair and overly giving when it comes to certain situations.
No,
Absolutely.
I love him, and I love working for him, and he's really into doing charitable events.
Yeah, he is.
And I've seen him at those events, so I even seen him before, at these things that I volunteer at before I even was one of his employees. So I have this I think he's so cool, and I have such bad imposter syndrome where I go, oh God, he's gonna see right through what a ridiculous person I am.
We all see that, though.
Okay, good.
So there's a balance there.
Okay,
so
good.
That's good. No, I got to be honest with you. Now, Mark Steinmetz, I got to give him some credit. He just got out of the way and let Hamilton and me do what we did.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that about him. He made us a lot of money by getting out of the way.
Can I ask a question? How close are we to breaks? If you're like, all right.
We got minutes.
Who did you replace on the queue before you came in?
You mean in 1986?
Yeah.
Steve Shannon.
And
It was Mark Seeger was the name he was using at the time.
and it was a morning show as well, obviously.
It was a morning show, yeah.
And did you know him?
Yeah, I worked with him at KSTP, as a matter of fact.
And
He
so
was Steve Shannon at KSTP.
when he left, was he mad about that?
I don't know. I have never talked to him since. I tried to reach out to him, but I never heard back from him. So I suppose you're going to take some.
Yeah.
Because it's so interesting in radio. I mean, this is not podcasting does not hold true for this, but it feels like you always have to replace somebody, and they always set it up, management, in like a dog eat dog world. It's just so rare people leave and go, I had a really great run. Good luck taking over the reins. Like, it feels like you're always accused of stealing people's jobs.
Yeah,
and it's like there's only so many hours in a day in a radio station.
Well, I told you, I think I brought this up yesterday. Somebody sent me a text message, and I don't know where they even found it. I have no idea. But there was a story on how I fired John Lastman. It's like, no, where do you come up with this stuff that I fired John Lastman? John Lastman and I are still friends. I'm his only friend, for Christ's sake. Everybody else hates his guts.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Oh, she goes, yes, I know.
Yeah, it's true.
That's really nice.
My first tattoo, I'm going to get Live, Laugh, Lesbo, and I'm coming for you, Lastman.
I'm coming for you, Lastman.
I actually saw him at your retirement party. I don't have anything. He was just hard to...
I understand.
He was hard to work under. That's all.
I understand that. Lassie can have some interesting things going on in his mind. But look, anybody who could nail the chucker the way he did, I will admire forever.
And I can't take that away from him because I have so many
good.
people that come up to me and talk about the chucker, and I can never take that from him. I mean, I can never, dismiss that was very funny. My stepdad, when we were in Florida, was like, you can't deny the chucker was funny. And we were like, putting around and hanging out. And I was like, I know. I know. God dang it.
Look, a brilliant line. Well, the guy's name was like Willie or Billy Williams.
Yeah.
I think it was Billy Williams. And the chucker. Now, what's your name again? It's not a very good impression, I understand.
It's not bad.
And he goes, my name is Billy Williams. Billy Williams. He goes, Billy Williams? Stop with all that Ryman Simon stuff. Now that's funny.
It's
I'm
funny.
Sorry.
And
well, yeah, Lassie.
He's been man. And a part of me, because I saw him again at your party, and he kind of cracks me up because he's just so ridiculous. He uses that voice.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh yeah.
He's gotten his share of free drinks from it. And again, I think there's something in me, especially after having a kiddo. The people that I used to be like, I go, you know what? There's something pretty amusing about
well, good. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
They would. That was. Yeah. Apparently he sent me these text messages. Apparently I fired pretty much everybody off the KQ Morning Show.
I know, that's how I got left.
Nobody worked for me. How could I fire someone who didn't work for me?
Oh.
And I said it up at the beginning, I don't want to be anybody's boss. I don't want to be a program director. I don't want anything to do with that stuff. And I still got blamed for them getting fired.
Well, it's such a weird world. I got blamed for people being fired when I wasn't even working there.
That's right, you didn't even work.
Never managed a person in my life.
I love that.
I was in charge of burning the coffee,
Right.
making sure, the listeners were belligerent when they called, and
Yes.
end of list. And I somehow had
Worked
a
for
lot of
me.
power.
You did.
Yeah.
You abused your power.
They call me the puppet master.
Puppet Master Britt. Yes, no question. All right, well, we do have to take a break. Oh, my God, this show is flying by. I'm serious. When that first hour goes a bit long, it show flies by after that.
Let's go, girls.
Girls? Really?
I'm just in a Shania Twain mood now.
There you are. There's no question. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back. A couple seconds. Chris Egert will join us right after this. Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lakes in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud, and hundreds of Benningtons in stock across all locations. The Power Lodge is your destination before you hit the lakes this summer and cruise at sunset. Fun begins at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Get some throttle therapy on land and water, millermarine.com and powerlodge.com, and you can tell them Tommy sent
This
you.
is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialki from Bialki Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialki Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkilaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walzer Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walzer different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walzer Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walzer Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walzer Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walzer.com and select the Walzer Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months, 10,000 miles per year, $5,900 due at signing, VIN PC 261725.
Do you ever Google yourself? Are you happy with what you find? Or is it cringy? Are you a business owner or on your company's marketing team? How do you feel when you Google your own place? What do you see? A non-updated social media page you don't even remember making? Ads for your competitors? An old school website with outdated information? Hubbard Interactive can help. They can do it all for your business. They're a Google Premier partner, so they can use search engine optimization to get your click results higher. They can build a 21st century website for you that communicates all the right things, all the best ways. They've got a photo and video department to make your business look sharp, plus social media, influencer marketing, podcasting, and more. All the things that will make you a lot happier next time you Google yourself. Here's a Google search that you'll find rewarding. Hubbard Interactive. You can see all the marketing tools they've used on hundreds of successful businesses, including an extensive gallery of the great work they could help your venture with. HubbardInteractive.com. Building campaigns that connect.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. So Chris Egert's causing problems yet again. Is that the ticket?
Yeah, you guys know he's the rogue reporter in town.
I'm so glad we're finally all going against him. I've been fighting with him all week.
You have.
I'm
true.
exhausted from fighting with Chris Egert, so I'm glad I finally have your guys' back.
You finally got rid of me. You wiped him off the face of the earth.
Egert, you're the worst.
Egert, you're the worst. I love. God, who was it that used to do that?
Wheeler.
Wheeler, you're the worst. Oh, that's right. I was doing it to him. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mark Wheeler. I think he moved to Texas. Marky Wheeler what a wonderful guy he was. Worked with him at Capitol Records. Hell of a good Mark Wheeler. So oh no, there he is. He just popped up now. He's moving his noggin so I can see that.
He's moving his noggin.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a big fake smile on his face, so that's nice.
Unfortunately, the way we're set up, I can't test this before we go on, so I guess we're just going to roll the dice.
Let's hear it.
Hello, hi, it's Chris. You guys
Okay.
hear me okay?
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the way he sounded a minute ago, it sounded like he was calling in from Deep Space Nine.
Two guys who can do that. That's not good. That's not a good sign that we can both pretend we're underwater.
That's not a great sign.
No,
for
it
us.
really isn't. It's very childish and infantile.
Yeah, grow up, you guys.
Chris Egert, I did a speech on Monday night, and I did a meeting yesterday with a possible advertiser who was a very, very nice guy. I don't want to say who it is yet, but he's going to advertise on the show. So basically, for the last 3 days, all I hear about is how wonderful all of you are. Oh, you got Rudy and you got Brittany, and then Chris Egert's phenomenal. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Your pictures looked fun from that event. I saw it on Facebook. It was good. It was nice to see you with the kids, and it looked like the crowd was engaged. And
they were terrific. There's about a couple hundred people there, something like that, and 3 18-year-olds who had gotten scholarships to college because they worked their ass off. And I even sang for them a little bit. I told some jokes.
What'd you sing?
You sing?
Chances Are by your boy. I actually saw him live at the Kravis Center down in Florida over the. I'm talking about Johnny Mathis. Chances Johnny Mathis. This guy's 85 years old or something. He's wandered around the stage belting out tunes. It was very impressive.
That's
actually.
awesome.
Yeah, so we did a little bit of Chances Are just for the hell of it, and then we told some jokes, and then we made fun of people. Attack people mercilessly.
Of course.
And then he followed it up with some Cardi B right after that.
Cardi B, yeah, there's no question. That's easy to do because all you have to do is talk.
Okay.
Does she talk or sing?
Oh, I like Cardi B. I don't know what
she a
she
singer?
does, but I'm
Oh,
into
you don't
it.
know what she is?
I don't know what we classify her, but I'm far too into it.
Rappers, give it up, rappers. You're never going to beat the greatest line ever from the very first rap song. Anyway, Rapper's Delight did a song, and he was bitching about his dinner, and he says in the song, and the chicken tastes like wood.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat that lyric. That's a great lyric, right?
I'm in such a Shania Twain mood today.
Now you are, man. You're all Shania Twain.
I know.
now.
I don't know why, but I like it.
She's good. She's very talented.
Great.
She is, yeah.
Chris, we had a meeting of the cul-de-sacs last night, and
the meeting of the cul-de-sacs.
Me and Priscilla are willing to have a truce with you. We're sick of fighting, so we're not going to come at you anymore.
It's good for ratings, so don't stop.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm ready to let this go yet.
The derpy comment, is that it?
Derpy. All right, it's my job to introduce everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Tom. Brittany's with us. Rudy's with us. And, of course, Brittany's little biatch is with us. At least that's what it says in the frame of your picture. Oh, he brought it up big now. Rudy just put it up. He blew up the size by like 5 times. Brittany's little biatch.
Oh, it was so funny. So Rudy makes all these videos of our show, and one of them was, me and Chris fighting, and McKenna, the 15-year-old who was like, I want to watch it. So she was watching it, and she goes, did Tom just call you a disaster? She was very hung up on that. She's like, that's so rude. I go, no.
You don't get it, lady.
It's very, she's 15 and very worried for me. She's one of my
she's
ride or
15.
dies. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. So she just had a moment of very like sensitive for me. And I go, don't worry. It's a compliment. And she was like, she was so heartbroken. That her, and it was just so funny. I had to go, no, I promise you, McKenna.
Tell her, McKenna, if I call her an effing disaster, then that's serious. That's totally different.
Or you love me more. I don't know.
Or I love you even more. That's right.
It's fine, though. McKenna, we're all going to make it.
So, yeah, Chris, last few days I've been sitting through person after person after person after person telling me how wonderful you all are. So I'm sick of all of you.
I'm sure I can see that perspective. I would...
He's got his serious news face on right now, too.
I understand that perspective.
That's really good.
Professional.
Thank you. He's working that camera.
I have a job shadow with me today, and I was like,
where are they?
Like, give her she's not in here right now because I've got her up in the control room. But, of course, I want to be a professional for her. I want to guide her.
Sure.
And, if this is something she's thinking about doing, then I want her to do it. But I also try to be pretty realistic about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After she sat there and watched the news for an hour and a half straight, and I could tell she was kind of bored with it. I'm like, yeah, it's monotonous. That's for sure. But
boy, that'll reel her right in.
Well, like I said, I don't want to paint it as to something it's not.
I agree with you.
There's a certain monotony to definitely the newscast. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of trying to explain that to her. So
what does she want to do specifically?
I don't think she knows yet. She's a business student, but going to take some journalism. She's in high school, so she's going to be a senior next year.
She's ambitious.
And going to take some journalism classes next year. So she just wanted to see what it's all about. So
I just got a text message from one of my friends wanting to know, ask Chris, because Tom, whenever I ask you about radio, you tell me how horrible most people are in radio. So are most people in television horrible, or are they nice?
No, there's only a few horrible ones.
There are just a few, though, but there are horrible ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure.
I mean... Yeah, unfortunately, yes. But I would say a majority of people are decent people.
In TV, do you have to go, in radio, the big thing they pushed when we were in school is you have to go to a small market first. Do they say that in TV as well?
I mean, it's just a matter of who's going to hire you.
Yeah.
And,
right.
It's the small, and I was actually explaining that to the job shower today. Nice young lady named Cece. I was explaining to her that, like, you don't start out in a city like this. You've got to go and learn how to do it someplace else, in a smaller town. But I think a lot of that's all economics, right? Like they're just looking for the most affordable people, and kids coming right out of college are those people. So, so we definitely do the bounce around the small town thing.
In TV, do you have to watch yourself? Like, do you have to physically watch your clips that you make, or can you get away with not having to watch too much of yourself?
I can't speak for everybody else, but I hate to watch it. Like, I cringe.
Really?
I just don't like seeing it. But we have consultants that come in every several months and will like go over air checks with us and kind of like point out things and, helpful hints, so that at that point I have to watch it, but you're supposed to, though.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
You're supposed to self-critique, and I don't like it.
I do that by showing up every day. As a matter of fact, I critique myself by showing up every single day.
He also critiques others. Fun fact.
All of you, everybody sucks.
I'm a great critic of others, but
yeah.
Well, see, there you go.
Brittany, haven't you ever sat down in an air check with a program director before?
Yeah, but not in a long time. I don't even think they do it anymore. Reed was the one who constantly
Reed Underling?
Me. Yes, he was Underling.
Well, you don't know that story?
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, God, I love that story so much.
Yeah, he used to air check us all the time. It was very painful, but I don't think I would ever be able to do it with video. I think that would kill me.
I can't do the show anymore because I just thought of Reed.
Reed Underling.
Oh, God. Did you ever know Reed Endersby at all, Chris? You ever meet him? Nicest guy in the world. Worked at the Q with us in the day. What's he doing now? I don't even know what he's doing.
We ran into him not that long ago.
Right.
Yeah,
He's over at the Good Day Cafe.
Yeah, he is. I know he was working for like Versace, or he was doing like some sort of high-end Coach bags or something like
Louis
that.
Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, that's what it was. Yeah,
Really?
I run into him every now and again. Yeah, talk about guys like we were just talking about the three-quarter life crisis. Not that Reed had a midlife crisis, but
he pivoted hard.
Very, very hard. If you see Reed now, he does not look like the guy that he did 10 years ago when he was working with
But
you.
he's so cool.
He's the
Like he
best.
was cool
What do you
then,
mean-
and
what do
he
you
was.
mean he doesn't look like? What happened?
Well, he pivoted from like t-shirts and chill wear.
Oh,
to,
I
like,
see. Just the way he dresses. And
Yeah, he really stepped up his game, but he's always like just omits coolness.
Yeah, he does. You're right. So, Chris, what we're talking about, when Disney bought KQRS back in the day, right? They all came to town. The president came to town to meet everybody. And I knew I didn't like him right away because he walked up to Steiny, our general manager, puts his arm around his shoulder in front of everybody else. He goes, Mark, let me take you behind the wall and show you the corporate secrets. It's like, shut up, you pain in the ass.
I've had men offer to take me behind the
Yeah,
wall, and I'm
yeah.
always
I'll show
very
you a se-
reluctant
I'll show you
about
a
it.
secret.
Corporate secret.
Yeah, I'm all right. I actually like the wall.
Like we brought up earlier, $20 is $20.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
20
exactly.
bucks is 20 bucks.
So we're standing there, and now Steiny is being told he's going to be taken behind the wall and learn all the corporate secrets and blah, blah, blah. So he starts introducing around the room, and apparently he did not remember Reed's last name very well. I don't know how you wouldn't prepare for that if you're going to introduce the room. Wouldn't you make sure you knew everybody's name, even if you never met him before?
I just do the first name. If you're nervous about a last name, just do the first name.
So his name is Reed Endersby. That's his real name. And they're going around the room. Steiny's going around the room, and he goes, so I'd like you to meet, this is Tom, and this is John Lastman. This is Reed Underling. Reed. Now, wouldn't you just assume that nobody's last name is Underling?
Yeah.
Wow. Freudian slip there or what?
I know, that's rough.
I thought
That one is so rough.
The look on Reed's face. He looked at me like, Bernard, for Christ's sake.
Right?
Oh my God.
Reed Underling. Yeah, other than that, though. Anyway, moving on with the news and the weather and all the other good stuff.
It's going to be hot. Hot.
But that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like a complete Memorial Day weekend with nice weather.
I have a question
about
for
the
you.
last time that happened.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This whole the air is poison thing that we were going through yesterday, is that the same as no mo may, as another pile of bullshit?
No mo may. I tried that.
No mo may.
I think my neighbor was like, "No, I'm not really into your no mo may."
I'm
The
gonna need
dandelions
you.
are like 10 feet tall, so but it's such a, whatever. I'm sure it's for the right reasons.
Yeah, me too.
He said, no more, no mo may.
No mo. But yeah, so what was supposed to be the ozone or something? It all sank down on us and we're all going to die, or what was that?
Well, yesterday there was an air quality advisory. I think I didn't really notice that.
I didn't either.
I think the wind picked up more than what they were expecting yesterday, so the air didn't get as stagnant as I think what they thought it was going to do.
But
and by they, I mean the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency.
Right. But we predicted on this show, during the show, that it wasn't going to happen. And as far as I could see, it didn't happen, did it?
Yeah, and I didn't see it. And I was
I
out at a
didn't
track
either.
meet for what felt like 90 hours yesterday. So
How'd your daughter do?
Well,
she's good. She made the finals in the shot put and discus conference track meet for a sophomore.
That's
Pretty good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Did you say shot put?
Yeah.
Did you ever do that?
No, I tried discus, but I couldn't. It takes coordination, and I never had that.
Shot put is not easy to do. People just, you go spin around in a circle and you let it go. No, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh, for sure.
It really is.
Because I've got my older one, my guy who's a senior. Kid's like 6'6", 270. Like he's a muscle. Like he's a pile of muscle with giant legs, and
Sure.
and he does not throw shot as well as he should for having a body that size,
Mhm.
which just makes the point. Like it doesn't. It's very hard to be able to do it. And it's not just a brute strength thing, which I think a lot of people think.
Right.
There's so much technique involved in it.
Yeah, it's amazing watching somebody do that, because they used to have great shot putters over at the University of Minnesota, and I would hang around with them. They would put the shot, and then we'd go drink. It was unbelievable. My part was putting the shot in the glass, not putting the shot anywhere else. Take that. By the way, that's a lie, because I never used to drink whiskey. You don't want me drinking whiskey.
And
Not a good idea.
I heard that.
And you go straight from the bottle. You said, screw the shot glass.
Honest to God.
for
Gee,
rookies.
Tom's here. Give him one to whiskey, see what happens.
No.
It was not pretty.
You're
at
a
all.
bad whiskey drunk, huh?
Oh God, and tequila. I get psychotic on tequila. I mean, I literally go nuts.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, you,
I was saying
so
same.
for you, I thought you was pointing the finger at me there.
Same.
Yeah. No, it's I'm not. Beer and wine was good for me.
First shot of
that was
tequila, I hear in the background. Let's go, girl. Toot, toot, toot.
You hear that immediately, do you?
And
Did
I
you go to a concert, Brittany? Is that why you're all Shania Twain?
I don't even know what we were
She was
talking
just
about.
here like last weekend.
Yeah, she was here last week. We made some quote of that don't impress me much. Me and Rudy were joking about that. And now I'm like, God, she's got a lot of great songs.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna belt one out.
No, I've been doing it all day.
Not
Best
really.
thing about being a woman. Oh, yeah, they had us singing that at the Twins game on Monday night.
What?
Ow.
Oh, it's so good.
Why'd you bring up the Twins again? Now I'm depressed as a son of a bitch.
That's why.
Did she sing "Whose Bed Is Your Boots Been Under"? Is that Shania Twain?
Yeah,
That's another banger.
That was her, I think that was one of her first hits. Because I was working country music at the time. At 1210 KOKK, Dakota Country.
10 a.m., baby.
Oh, solid.
And yes, it is KOKK, as Thomas pointed out many times.
You're listening to the cock.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Exactly.
I actually didn't like, and I still don't, I'm not into Shania Twain because of that song. I did not here for that song.
Yeah.
And it was in heavy rotation when I was like starting out. And I got kind of, that left a bad impression in my head of Shania. And she's very, obviously very talented, but I couldn't get past that song.
I feel like if you don't like that song, it's because you're a cheater, and I don't want to think that about you.
Well.
But why would you not like that song?
I'm not smart enough to, cheating it's the most, I'm like, dude, you are already in one relationship you can't manage.
Chris, be honest. Whose boots have your bed? No!
I screwed it up. See, the thing about Shania is that it brought up a good conversation that we had about the best '90s country videos. Now, I don't know if you ever saw any of these, Tom, but they were very pandering towards the country, the country fan. But we figured out the three best are whose boots have your bed, whose boots have your
Who's bad? Who's bad?
There you go. There you go.
I haven't never even heard the song, and I know that.
So there's that song. There's Joe Diffie's "Don't Take the Girl," and then the number one song, if you have never seen it, it's Garth Brooks standing outside the fire when they're at the Special Olympics. And that kid falls down, and his dad. I'm telling you, Tom, you will want to flip a Buick after you get done watching that video. You are so pumped up.
So about why are you pumped up?
Well, because it's about a kid who is running the Special Olympics, and he falls, and he's on the track, and people come over to help him, and his dad runs up to him, and he's like, "Leave him alone! Get up, son! You can do it!" And the kid stands up, and he finishes the race. And I am telling you, afterwards, Tom, you will be so fired up to go live life and volunteer and just be a better person after you watch that video.
Yeah, but I heard your dad made him move out after that.
Well, yeah. You're on your own.
Yeah.
You're on your own,
Get
kid.
out.
But you always have
That was
been.
his first step toward independence, was
Yeah.
getting up off that track.
There you go.
Tell me that your heart rate doesn't skyrocket when you hear, "Blame it all on my roots," and you go, "Oh!" You get so excited.
You've been drinking.
Yep.
I knew it. Booze hound.
Yep.
She's a booze hound.
There's just...
He did it right, man. Garth did it right.
He did.
His
I
whole,
agree.
I cannot believe how everyone thought he was crazy at the time to step out of it but man, he's come back, and there was enough time that passed that people were feeling nostalgic about him, and what a smart dude.
I don't even like country music. It's not in my rotation, but there are some country songs that you hear that first little chunk and you go, yep, I'm in,
Well,
fully in.
You want to name? I'll name one for you right off the top.
All right, let's hear it.
Remember when? He sings those first two words, and you're hooked.
You're
man.
hooked. You're in.
Oh, I almost dropped the F-bomb. That song was phenomenal.
It's so
because it was true. He's actually telling the truth to his wife in that song. Did you know that?
It's just a good song.
Oh God, it's a great song. Remember when? Shania Twain, hell of a talent, no question. Don, what the hell? The best country singer of all time. What the hell is Don? Oh God, I can't remember his name now.
Well, it's
Some
really
bitch.
funny. So we'll go up north, and I didn't grow up with country at all. My husband, it was all he listened to all the time. And I will think he's lying to me about making up a song. Like, there's one about that put on that red dress, with the one that it's talking about prostitution.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, we sing it all the time.
You do?
Yeah, because I didn't think it was real. He was talking about a Reba McEntire song about
yeah.
Fancy?
Yes, come on, Fancy. Yeah.
What is it?
It's about it's a song about this woman who they didn't have much money, and she took all of her money and put it to buy this dress so her daughter could prostitute at a higher level and make them money. And that's what, and I go, Justin, you're making this up. That's not a real song. He goes, you haven't heard the song Fancy?
Oh, it's Fancy. That's the name of the song?
Yes,
Fancy.
it's insane. And I don't know how many times I go, that's not real. And he'll go, okay, grab Spotify right now. Oh my God.
Is it a good song?
Are the watermelon crawl? It's okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh God, forgot about that one.
Don't just do the watermelon crawl. I thought that he made that up too.
I got to get your take on this, Tom, because we had a conversation the other day about Dolly, and not a lot of people know this song, but Dolly Parton, is it Andy's little dog or Andy, the one about the girl comes to the door with her little dog and she's freezing outside?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, okay. I'll have to find it for you guys and play it, because Dolly Parton does a song, and at the end you find out, spoiler alert, that the little girl and the dog are actual ghosts.
What?
Oh, God. The most wildest song I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God, that's the lamest thing I've ever
I swear to you, when you hear it, you're just like, how is this possible? Yes, it's called like Andy's something or another. I can't remember what it is, but
funny.
I'll find it.
It's all true. Was it Don Williams? Is he the one that was such a great singer?
That was the other one I just looked up.
Oh
Yes, Don
my
Williams.
God, that man can sing.
Don Williams.
Some bitch is he a great singer.
Don Williams,
Yeah. Yeah, he's terrific. And it's good. My mother was a huge country western fan. She loved country music. Going all the way back and all the rest of it. But, all right, you got to get on the TV set, don't you there, Buster?
Yeah, very soon. And now I'm like thinking of like Ronnie Millsap and Conway Twitty and some of the, man, Conway Twitty, his look, his songs, like the whole thing is just funny.
Now, where'd he get his name? Where'd the name Conway Twitty come from?
No idea.
Twitty Twister?
Yes, a Twitty Twister. That's exactly what it was. It was, I believe, Twitty, Arkansas. No, wait a minute. Conway, Arkansas, and Twitty, Texas. That's where he got his name.
No kidding.
From two towns, one in I believe it was Arkansas and Texas. I know it was Twitty, Texas, but I think it was
I'm going to change my name to Mankato St. Cloud.
Mankato St. Cloud. It's a great name. It's a great radio name. Say, Mankato, what do you think?
I don't think much.
No, I was talking to City about you stealing their name.
Okay.
But other than that. All right, so everything else is good?
Yeah, everything's good.
Listen to little Don Williams today. I'll make you a lot of
I'm going to.
Brilliant singer. Brilliant singer.
I'll croon to you guys tomorrow.
We'll croon back, brother. Thank you.
Bye, Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Egert, Channel 5 Eyewitness News. Very, very nice. What's so good about that is I literally did not like country music, but then my mother became a big fan, and she played it so much that I became a fan of some of it.
Yeah, there's some nostalgic things that, and my husband will pull out these songs, and again, I do not think they're real, but that Don't Take the Girl song, like things like that, you just go, that's just a good song.
You know who I always did like, though, even before I liked country music, I always liked Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
I loved him because he was just, he's still alive. The one guy I wouldn't think would still be alive would be him. That boy rotted his gut out like 50 years ago by drinking so much.
I know.
How the hell is he still alive?
Dennis Quaid said that was one of the hardest roles he ever played in
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Balls of Fire because he really wanted to encapsulate what Jerry Lee Lewis was all about, and that guy lived harder than anybody else.
Oh, yeah. Nice guy. He's a very pleasant guy.
We got about 20 emails about this segment, and people felt strongly about making sure you knew it was Don Williams, which we already got to.
Good, excellent.
Bobby Gentry did Fancy first.
I love Bobby Gentry.
And then Dolly Parton did it. Me and Little Andy.
Me and Little Andy, yep.
And people feel passionate that you're wrong. It's actually very sad, not corny at all.
Oh, well.
But I have to follow. If the end surprise is a ghost, I feel like I'd be with Rudy going, I roll. But I feel, you know what? Sometimes it's funny, a song that you'll just hit you at the wrong or right moment, depending.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you'll go, you know what? I'm glad that ghost came back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, really?
Jimmy Buffett wrote a song about a place that doesn't exist where he was wasting away. So you know what? We can have a song about two dead ghosts coming to Dolly Parton's front door.
You're coming for the parrot heads now.
Knows he got like 20 Margaritavilles. He's got a ton of them. I know that.
A lot of them, yep.
That boy made some money.
Yeah,
No question.
I went on a parrot head cruise for my uncle.
Did you
once.
really?
Yeah, it was just like a Minnetonka Lake little cruise thing. It wasn't an actual cruise. But boy, was that a fun cruise. Yeah. We had some fun people on that thing.
You know who a huge parrot head is?
Who?
Former Minnesota Gopher football coach Glenn Mason.
Good for him.
He loves being a parrot head.
I'll tell you what, parrot
Loves
heads, they don't care about what time their drink shows up. They're just chilling. You're on parrot head time, and it's a chill environment.
I want to thank you for bringing that woman's name up, because the rest of the day I'm going to have, and now Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. I love that song.
So good.
God, what a great song that is.
Somebody wrote in, Anthony wrote in, Keith Whitley, who was so talented but drank himself to death
Oh,
at
yeah.
like 30 years old,
Yeah,
another
remember
one.
that. Yep.
And then Jerry Lewis died last year.
Jerry
Jill
Lee
wrote
Lewis
it.
did?
That's what he said.
Jerry Lee Lewis is dead? I did not know.
don't-
Well, he must have died in his 90s.
I don't mean to
I would
fact
think.
check anybody, but let me check.
No, I understand.
Yeah, she was right.
Jerry Lee Lewis is dead.
October 28th, 2022.
Also, he hasn't even been dead for a year yet.
Sorry, Jill. I don't mean to.
About 9
You were
months.
right.
I didn't even know he was dead. How old was he when he died? Got to be in his 90s. Got to be. And he had no stomach for like the last 40 years because the booze rotted it out. That's pretty good living that long with no stomach.
87.
Oh, he's only 87?
Yeah.
How the hell old was he when he broke? Like 9? Because he broke huge in the early 50s, right?
Yeah.
Well, if that was early 50s, he was born 1935. So you do the math.
He was a teenager,
if it was
yeah.
53, he would have been 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say maybe it was 55, 56. So, yeah, I suppose he'd be in his early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But I always loved him. I was lucky enough to meet him a couple of times. But I didn't know he was dead, man. Now I'm sad. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, Jill, we appreciate your work, but thanks for making us sad.
I love the fact, too, that the comedian took the same name as he left out the Lees, just Jerry Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Jerry Lewis's real name is? You're going to have to look it up.
Why you do that?
It might lean a little Gelfand if you know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you.
Blame it all on his roots.
What's Jerry Lewis's real name?
Jerry Lewis.
It might be Joe Leibowitz. I'm not sure. Why? If you're a comedian, why wouldn't you go with Joe Leibowitz?
Jerry Lee Lewis is a good name, though.
Jerry Lewis is a good name. Lady. Can you do that?
Lady. They're saying his birth name was Jerry Lee Lewis.
No, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry
I said.
Lewis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's that one thing I forgot. She never pays attention.
I do. Oh my
forgot
God,
that.
I never
You
pay attention.
Never ever pay attention.
Oh my God.
You know, we were just talking about how
I just
horrible
accidentally
you
put
are.
in Lee on the
You're a
Google.
horrible human being. We were just
Joseph,
talking about Leibowitz.
Is that how you pronounce it with the V?
Leibowitz? Oh, is it Levitch?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was Leibowitz. It's Joseph Levitch.
Levitch.
You love it at Levitch. Huh? What do you think of that?
We got a clarification. Apparently, the dog and Andy weren't ghosts in the Dolly Parton song.
This is breaking news because I was going to go home and listen to this.
However, they definitely died in Dolly's extra bed that night.
Oh my God.
I told you guys, this song is ridiculous. Yes, I want you to go and listen to it for sure.
Can you play a little bit of it?
I know they get a
Was
little.
it a licensing problem?
Probably. You know what?
Probably.
If you guys want to roll the dice, I'm okay with rolling the dice.
Well, you have to play a certain
Yes.
amount for it to even qualify for a fee.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, I'll bring this up. Hang on a second.
Don't you have to play like a full minute of it for it to go wrong?
Well, why don't we go to spots and we'll figure it out, and we can play it after we come back.
So let's get the person who doesn't pay attention to tell us when to go to sleep.
Oh, what?
You see
All
what I'm
I'm
saying?
doing is triple multitasking, and in these
Triple
conversations,
multitask. She's not only multitasking,
I'm
she's
writing our
triple
listeners back.
multitask.
I'm Googling things when you save it to Google, and so if I actually threw in the word
What did
we,
I tell you? Do not write back F you to our listeners.
Well,
Stop
some of them
doing
deserve it, and they know what they did. they know what they did.
Now they know they
You know
made
what?
a mistake.
Blame it all on my roots.
Oh, God. Didn't I say, wasn't the show supposed to end today at 8:52?
I showed up in boots.
We'll be right back right after this.
This is the Tom Bernard Morning Show. Listen live on the Tom Bernard Show app or at tombernardshow.com.
Hi, this is Tom Bernard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walzer Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walzer different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walzer Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walzer Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walzer Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Bernard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walzer.com and select the Walzer Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months. 10,000 miles per year. 5,900 due at signing. VIN PC 261725.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender? There's plenty of thoughts that come into your head when you think the name Killebrew. Of course, there's the Minnesota baseball legend, Harmon, who was responsible for many a favorite memory at the old Met Stadium in Bloomington, and many a baseball that ended up in the stands and in the gloves of adoring fans from his home runs. There's Killebrew Drive, the legendary road that connects Highway 77 to the Mall of America, and a day of shopping you'll never forget. My current thoughts for the name Killebrew is fun floats in our kitchen with my kids and grandkids, a cool, refreshing break in between innings at Target or CHS Field. Or maybe a perfect sunset paired with a sweet, frothy beverage after fishing or on your favorite walleye lake. Killebrew root beer and cream soda. Grab a six-pack at a grocery or convenience store near you. I'm Tom Bernard. This spring and summer, enjoy the one Killebrew root beer and cream soda. Gluten and caffeine-free with a generous portion of delicious thrown in. Killebrew, where memories are created and legends are made. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Got a special guest coming up in about 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. We got, and this is going to be a problem, Rudy. We got Brittany and Tevin working together on technology, so this studio might just explode.
Yeah, I figured that already.
We're savvy.
And I'm
got it covered.
And I'm seeing
mic's not
that. I'm seeing. Yeah, there we go. All right,
There
but
we
I'm
go.
seeing
There
that.
you are.
I'm seeing that we have her set. We have him set up on the wrong StreamYard, but that's okay.
All right, no, he's not in yet.
It's not in. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Are you sure?
He's just got to put himself in StreamYard.
Okay.
You know
Oh,
what? You can
God,
blame
now
it
I have
all
to
on my
trust Tevin.
roots.
There we go.
What
See,
is wrong
I'm
with-
tech savvy.
Okay, can
Look
you
at
say,
you guys.
Rudy,
Yeah.
Can I get
I apologize.
Thank you.
Yes.
I get off on that.
You guys want to hear a little bit of that Dolly Parton
to be a
song?
button bar.
So what's it called again?
It is called Me and Little Andy.
Me and Little Andy. Is it about how hokey is that?
Yeah, but guess what, Tevin? Spoiler alert.
The dog dies.
Well, here, well, hang on a second, because I'll give you guys the.
Give us the
they all
ending.
died.
In conclusion, never sleep in Dolly's guest bed.
Yeah, that's very dark.
What, did she roll over on them?
No, they just died in the middle of the night.
You don't just die.
Hypothermia.
She smothered him.
That's what it was.
She probably should have, I don't know, check their circulation, maybe get them a warm bath.
Hold like a mirror up to their nose as they're sleeping to make sure they're still breathing.
You never kill in the winter. You can't bury a dead body with frozen ground like that.
Well, she doesn't have to hide their remains, Rudy.
She's got a freezer.
I can hear what you're thinking, by the way.
What's that?
Dolly Parton. She be having big old giant titties.
She do be having big old giant titties.
She do be. But is that really what you were thinking during this dead child?
Well, did you see how quickly he reacted?
No, I was thinking.
What?
Why on earth would she make this song?
Well,
as
there is
sad
that.
as she needed. There's no reason for having those
very
kids
sad.
die.
Yeah, don't have kids and puppies dying.
It's
How
like
about
that Christmas shoes song.
Oh,
God.
God.
Very sad.
Tom used to tell this, and what is the saddest short story? Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. What was that again? It was really sad.
Used baby shoes never worn. It was like, yeah, or
Yeah,
used sales for
not used. It's just baby shoes for sale.
not
never worn.
Never worn. That's what it was.
Oh, God, get away from me.
I remember being in my 20s and you would say that on air, and I would be like, turn my mic off and put my head down for the rest of the day.
Was that like a real ad that you had
No, it was
seen?
like
or was it just
a professional writer did
okay.
it.
So I was going to say, they don't need to put that in the ad either.
So when are you going to have kids?
That's next question. I don't know.
Well, you
Whatever.
want
It was
kids someday,
Ernest
eventually, yeah.
Hemingway wrote that. I guess it was like
Okay.
his
Yeah,
shortest,
Hemingway, yeah.
saddest story.
He was, what a talent.
Yeah, what a sad
And he took
guy.
himself deep.
Well,
I don't think I'll shoot myself in the face with a shotgun. What do you think?
No, that's
Probably not.
Doesn't seem like a fun way to go out.
yeah,
Try to
I think,
avoid that.
I think we should go strong and say I agreed. You should not do that.
I'll say if you had to be more alarmed, we'd have to just cut the show if you were like, you know what, actually.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it if we even switched back to Dolly Parton's big boobs
Right,
over this conversation.
I'd rather listen to the
Tell
Christmas
you what,
shoes song.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to segue to Fabiana Udenio. How you doing, Fabiana?
I'm doing great.
Now, you don't want to listen to this, Fabiana. They're way off the deep end. You know what I mean?
No. I listened for a bit. It was interesting.
Oh, don't. Now you ruined my day, Fabiana. Now I got to be nice to him all day. What do you think? Exciting new role as wife of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the new Netflix series FUBAR. Did you know what FUBAR meant before you took the role, Fabiana?
When I took the role, the show was called UTAP, Untitled Arnold Schwarzenegger Project.
Oh,
which,
okay.
Of course, when I got the audition, I go, this is going to be great, because I knew. So then they changed the name for FUBAR. No, I did not know, but they told me pretty quickly. Yes.
So now you know what FUBAR means.
Yes. Yes.
I'll do this.
Do you guys know?
I do know, yes. I absolutely do, because my brother, who served in the Marine Corps, used to say it to me. Anything I did was FUBAR. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he used it regularly. That's cool.
He did.
Up beyond repair, or yes. Yes.
It all works. So tell me about FUBAR, because did it surprise you to see that Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to do a series? Because I think it's great news for everybody that streaming shows are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Are they not, Fabiana?
Yes, absolutely. It did surprise me, and I'm thinking of course, it was exciting to be considered for a project like that, and I really wanted it. And it's 8 episodes. It's great, and it's Arnold at his best, quintessential Arnold. You get the action, you get the comedy, and it's exquisitely written by Nick Santora, and you get this heart behind the show, like these wonderful family dynamics that are explored in many different ways. Father-daughter, the relationship with the wife, the ex-wife, and the new man coming into the family with me. I have a new boyfriend. So all of these things, and plus the comedy, and it make it for a really wonderful show. The audience response was great on Monday when we had the premiere.
Right.
So I can't wait to share it. I mean, I'm really excited. And, the streaming shows, the exciting thing is that it's going to be 8 episodes dropping tomorrow, May 25th, on Netflix all over the world at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have friends and family. I was born in Argentina. I have family in Argentina. Of course, I have family in Italy and here. And this is great. This is really nice to be able to share it with everyone at the same time.
Fabiana, I want you to do me a favor. The next scene you shoot with Arnold, tell him you talked to me, and I want you to tell him this. Arnold, would you get rid of that really weird accent and then just walk away from him? What do you think?
He says that he was doing. He should get his money back from all the speech accent reduction courses that he took.
Fabiana, you're the best. Well, that's a great story. Yeah, I tried, Tom, already, but it didn't work. I love it when you joke around and went, no, I already thought of that. I think it's fun. So you grew up in Argentina, and you have relatives in Italy as well, you said.
I was born in Argentina, and I grew up in Italy. So I left Argentina when I was 6. Yes. My family went back to Italy. They're Italian, but I still have family in Argentina. But my upbringing was Italian, so yeah. And I've been in the United States for a long time, back and forth. But so I'm a child of the world, a child, so to speak, a person of the world.
Child, so to speak. That's very good, Fabiana. You ducked that one very, very quickly. What part of Italy did you grow up in?
Rome.
Oh, right in Rome. Okay, excellent. I gotta be honest with you. I love Italy. I think I'd spent most of my time in Italy up north, around Lake Como. It's just what a beautiful country.
It is an amazing country, and the more I lived in the United States, that when I go back, I appreciate it even more. It is it's so beautiful. The people, everything. Too bad, Arnold said that to me, actually, too bad they're not running it very well. And I go, you're so right, Arnold. For years, they mismanaged the country a little bit.
Yeah, we were all doing it.
How to run it. I think he said that's a beautiful country, but they don't know how to run it. And so maybe we need a little bit of Arnold in Italy now to run the country for a while, if he wanted.
You having 23, 24 political parties is a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, every time I go, or I have, because I still vote, can vote, there's some new name on the ballot that I don't know. So I go, what is, or they merge or they change anyway. But other than that, yes, I love Italy, yes. I'm going in July, I think so.
Oh, you're going in July?
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe I'll fly over with my wife. We'll meet, we'll have dinner. I got to get back to Italy anyway. I love Italy.
You should. Yes, beautiful. Love it. Yes, there's nothing better.
So I want to know your take on the show. First of all, it's a series, a new Netflix series called FUBAR. How many episodes did you do, or are you going to do?
We did 8, and they're all dropping together tomorrow. So they're dropping together. Yes, so you can binge. That's what's exciting. They drop them all together, all over the world. So you can binge them if you want.
Yeah.
My favorite episode is number 7. So.
You know what's so great about that? For us, Fabiana, it's so great about that is this being a podcast and a morning show, this is heard all over the world as well. So that's so exciting that, it's going to be released all over the world. They could listen to this interview all over the world now. The business has changed quite a bit, hasn't it, Fabiana?
Yes. Our lives have changed quite a bit, but the business too. And yes, with the streaming, as for an actor, now everything is a self-tape.
Yeah.
You rarely get to not meet people in person. It's you send in self, which is, interesting. Sometimes you feel like you're acting in a vacuum because I'm used to theater, but there are some good aspects of it. You get to see what you did in the audition that for years I obsessed on how did I do? How did I sound? How did I say that line? I don't even remember because you're in the moment. Now I get to see it, so I don't have to worry about what I did because I know. But so self-tape, self-love, I don't know, selfie, everything's self-aware.
No, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. We're talking to Fabiana Udenio about her new show with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's called FUBAR. A CIA operative on the verge of retirement discovers a family secret. Forced to go back into the field for just one last job. The series tackles universal family dynamics set against a global backdrop of spies, action. But there is a great bit of humor from what I understand. Is that right, Fabiana?
Yes.
Good.
It's so much fun. There's not only Arnold, but Fortune Feimster, everyone. So the Nick Santora, the creator, did a great job with the comedy, and the audience loved it. I mean, on Monday, they saw one episode. It was great to see it. Because with comedy, you never know. I mean, but, oh, my God, they loved it. Arnold, it's exquisitely written for him. He's quintessential, really. And then you get to see some colors that you don't usually get to see with him, which is the vulnerable side of Arnold when he's dealing with my character, his ex-wife, that kind of moved on a little, and he wants her back, and maybe it's FUBAR, the relationship, but it was true love. It was.
Fabiana, you got to come back and do more interviews. It's wonderful to talk to you. I look forward to seeing FUBAR, Fabiana Udenio, and, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fabiana, please do come back. I love talking to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye. Why isn't everybody that pleasant?
Yeah, she's great.
Like the fact that she has essentially lived all over the world.
I know.
I'm jealous of your life.
You guys
Can
are
I
the
go
same.
live in Italy?
Did you guys ever spend any time in Italy?
No.
No, but I have not summered in Italy.
I'm not talking about summering in Italy. Well, Rudy's been to Italy.
I've been to an Olive Garden.
See,
That's all you
It's
need
close.
to know.
And I'm pretty sure they're all closing down. If I heard correctly, yeah, like
Really?
they're closing a lot of Olive Gardens. I've heard somebody
didn't
talk
know
about it the other
that.
day.
I don't-
Yeah, you better hurry up and get your breadsticks before they end.
It's probably that was the problem. Unlimited
Right.
salad and breadsticks.
So Olive Garden, was the food any good? I don't think I ever ate
It's,
at an Olive Garden.
it's like Perkins but Italian.
It's
I
fine.
guess. It's not bad.
fine. I actually like the salad, but it's very wet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a salad, but it's wet.
Yeah, it feels wet. Like there's a lot of
Ish.
dressing, but it's good. And then the breadsticks, you just
The breadsticks
can't
are
stop
what, yeah.
eating.
You just get fat off of breadsticks.
That sounds absolutely horrible to me.
It's fine.
But so how you were asking if everybody knew what FUBAR was. So when I was in college, our football coach would, anytime we messed up and we were watching film, he would take his little laser pointer and just point it at the screen and circle us and be like, FUBAR, FUBAR. And
I love that.
And like nobody knew what it meant. And one day there was a kid that he kept making a mistake and he goes, Coach, like FUBAR, like you keep saying it, like what is that? And he's just like, up beyond all recognition.
Well, there
he
you
was
go,
like that
ladies
was the
and gentlemen.
last
There you-
time he asked any questions in meetings. He was
Now
like,
that
"Oh."
you dropped the F-bomb, now Judd can come up and join us on the show because he wanted to avoid you completely. That's what he told me anyway.
It's not true, Tevin.
I want you to know something. That last night I watched the Twins game for a little bit, and then I saw it coming, so I avoided watching the end of the game until I saw a text message from you.
Couldn't help myself.
I don't blame you.
I got home from a barbecue at a friend's house just in time for the Twins to. It was 3-2 when I walked in the door. 3-2 Twins, and they puked up another one. Tom, I'm with you. I like your text. I hate this team.
I do. I hate this team. I love this team, which leads me to hate this team because they really suck right now. They're terrible.
How frustrating too, though. Like is last night where you walk in a couple of runs. Like
Yeah,
it's,
oh, yeah.
you know,
Again,
it's what,
by the way.
Yeah, it's one thing to give up homers and hits, and yeah, that's frustrating. But you can't find the strike zone.
I know. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. I thought this team was going to be a lot better than it is. Their middle relief is dreadfully bad, and their clutch hitting also just sucks. It's terrible.
right now, the Boston Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays have the same record. They are so technically tied for last place in the American League East. They would both be in first place in the American League Central.
Yeah, the Twins, it should be about 8-9 games back. They really should. I just, they're in a terrible division. We'll see how it. But you know how it pains me to talk about my Twins. Like, I love the Minnesota Twins, but that team is terrible. Got a lot of talent, but it's just like, do they have kind of an attitude? I've not been in the clubhouse, so I don't know. Do they have a bit of an attitude?
I don't know. Like, ordinarily, it's okay, positive. Here's my question, though. It always feels like Rocco is. I don't feel like he necessarily does a great job of acknowledging or embracing the present. He always wants to move on. Last night. Last night, 2 questions into what the hell is wrong here. You're not doing this. You're not hitting again.
Right.
You're
home.
so. Yeah, and you're so reliant on the home run. And Rocco, 2 questions in, says, I mean, there's no use in talking about this still. We should be talking about what's coming up or what. It's like, that's a bunch of BS, man.
It is. I literally like watching the guy. I never met him, don't know him at all, but I'm getting to the point that, Rocco, you might be the problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely been talked about. We talked about it the last couple of years as well.
Yeah.
I mean, so in 2019 with the Juice Baseball, they of course at that time set the single season home run record, right? And then in 2020 with the shortened pandemic season, they won the division, and of course in Twins fashion, they lost all the playoff games.
Right.
But the last now 2+ years, and I know that they're currently in first place, but they've been a disappointment. This is disappointing to me.
I thought this team was too good to be disappointing. I really did. Because Jax had a good year last year. This year, he can't find his ass with both hands.
Well, and can you please do something about this?
Visual.
Yeah.
It's a good visual.
Good visual.
Just like I see you.
Him lost, just like patting himself down like he's,
my butt?
Like he's looking for a lighter.
Would you like bend over to try to do that?
Yeah, I guess.
What's the visual? Like just grab back, like because you can't go like this.
No. The actual full saying was he couldn't find his ass with both hands on a road map. That was the full saying when I was a kid.
When you add another item into your hands, it does get a little.
Yeah, that is true. You're juggling.
No, you're juggling.
Is it just like a consistency issue with the Twins? Because I feel like at times they look like they could make a deep playoff run, and then at other times we're in here and we have to talk you off the ledge, and they're terrible, and the town sucks.
Judd, what do you think?
I think it's somewhere in between because they have shown flashes at times where I think we're pretty positive. But as Tom said, the bullpen, the back end of the bullpen is probably okay. But again, last night, Lopez gave up the home run, and he's now starting to struggle. It doesn't help that one of the guys that the Twins included in the trade with Baltimore to get Lopez, Cano, has become one of the most dominant relievers in baseball in Baltimore.
Oh, God.
That's usually how it works. Players leave here, and then they just go shine. And are the Twins still notorious for not letting their starters go deep into games? So wouldn't that, if starters playing well, let them go a little bit deeper to kind of take some pressure off the bullpen?
That's changed a lot. No, they actually, that's the problem. They are, Rocco and crew are allowing the starters to go much deeper into games. And so the bullpen's not really taxed. That's what's weird about it. Like a year ago, we came up with all types of excuses for the bullpen because we said, well, they're taking out the starters, after 4 or 5. How are these guys supposed to compete? They're tired, blah, blah, blah. Well, this year, for the most part, I believe the last time I saw it, the stat is this. The Twin starters are going the deepest into games of any starting staff in baseball.
There you go.
So how do you explain? But I mean... Then you just got to make some changes with the bullpen, don't you?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's time to make some moves because this is getting worse, not better.
Yep. I'm not sure about you, but I am just so tired. I was thinking about this last night as I saw the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team, who have been in existence for 6 years and are about to make the Stanley Cup for the second time. I am so damn tired of losing and not being included in the fun.
Yeah.
You know, hockey playoffs come, conference finals right now. Do you know what this town, or dare I say it, as stupid as it's going to sound, like the Wolves, do you know how much fun it would be right now to have teams in a conference final just once in a while? Or like with the Twins, Tom, if they get to the playoffs, we've got no faith because they've lost 18 consecutive playoff games.
Right, 18
You know?
consecutive. Yep. No, you're 100% right. I wish we could do something about this. I don't know what the hell to tell you, though. I really don't.
I don't either.
All right, we better take a break here, just to turn down the heat a little bit.
I'm the bearer of bad news. I feel like I joined the show and I brought to a screeching halt because of this depressing Minnesota sports scene.
I got so pissed off last night. They had that game in their pocket and pissed it away. That drives me insane. It does. It drives me crazy.
Amen.
We'll be right back just a couple minutes right after this. Time for Power Lodge and Miller Marine, a marriage of throttle therapy between fun on the land and, of course, fun on the water. Pick your power and head to the lodge, Power Lodge. Their locations are in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud. Oh, and now through Memorial Saturday, May 27th, right around the corner, you can find the boat or pontoon that's just right for you and your next Remember When. Love that song. Family moment, Bennington, Smokercraft, Starcraft, Power Lodge, and Miller Marine as the brands you can trust to deliver fun. Stop into Miller Marine or any Power Lodge location. Check out the huge inventory of new Bennington pontoons with more than 300 new Benningtons to choose from. That's phenomenal. When are we going over there, Britt?
I'm available.
We got to get it done.
I need some therapy.
Floating around in a pontoon, watching you have a fit.
Throttle therapy.
Huge savings on remaining new 2022 boats and pontoons in stock at Miller Marine in St. Cloud. Every Power Lodge location, of course. Miller Marine and Power Lodge locations are open through this Saturday and closed on Sunday and Memorial Day, of course, on Monday. So come on in by Saturday to pick your pontoon, hook it up, and deliver it home. Just drive it home for the on the water before the holiday weekend is over experience. Head to powerlodge.com or millermarine.com because it all starts at the Lodge, Power Lodge.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan, and I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw & Bryant.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow are launching MyPillow 2.0. When Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could ever want in a pillow. 20 years later, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with the brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. The MyPillow 2.0 is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free offer with promo code TOM. MyPillow 2.0, with its temperature-regulating technology, is 100% made in the USA and comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Promo code TOM or call 800-516-5146 to get your MyPillow 2.0s now.
All right, things change a lot, and it's hard to be consistent. Judd, tell me how you are keeping consistent with Livia.
That is exactly right. I am, and that is thanks to my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers. How would you like to lose, folks? Let's say 15 pounds by the 4th of July. That's exactly right. I said it, and not only that, but keep that weight off. That's what's possible with their doctor-recommended program. And if you join today, you're going to receive 3 months for free. Yep, 3 months for free. You're going to feel great, look great, and as Brittany said, it's going to remain consistent because you're going to keep the weight off. Get some already now by calling 855. Go LIVEA, Livia.com. LIVEA.com is your ticket to weight loss.
The only thing I do love, I have a screen in front of me that shows all 5 of us on camera. And as I'm looking at the screen, 3 of the 5 of us were bobbing our heads to that song.
You gotta lose,
Oh,
You've
no.
got to.
Yeah.
You got to, baby.
Cannot.
You got to.
You have to.
You have to.
It's all true. There's no question about it. So, okay, Ixnay with the ins toy. I've had enough of them. God, they're pissing me off. Ugh.
Does anything get you worked up as the Twins right
No.
now?
No. I have no control over.
Let me get the list out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I want to hear the list.
Nothing but support.
Brittany's got it for sure.
Nothing but support. That's all I know.
Yo, you're right. Only thing that gets your heart rate up is Twins. She says that she eye rolls.
What else gets my heart rate up? You don't know what you're talking about. So there you go, right there. I've seen people actually do that for real. They're being criticized for something. They go, stop criticizing me. I don't lose my...
I know.
Settle down, for Christ's sake.
I just think we have to have a
God.
new narrative during a fight where they say calm down, and you're only, and I've done this as well. I am calm.
In a spousal exchange
God.
like that, the worst thing that you could possibly say is you need to calm down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't want to say that.
I know.
Never ended well for Judd.
No, you might as well just grab your blanket and your pillow and go lay on the couch like that.
It's just funny because, like, even when if I just accept it and go and somebody says you need to calm down or calm down, the answer should just be no, I don't. But instead, you just want to completely hit the opposite as you're screaming. So I don't know. There's no winning.
I have a question for you. Is there a tell at your house? Because we have a tell at my house. When I get a little off base with Turtle Dove.
What is? Oh yeah, let's hear it.
She literally stares at me.
I have seen that go down, and it is amazing.
She just stares at me. It's like,
and
why
it's
don't
like
you
there's
go
a little
upstairs?
she's got a little open mouth
Oh yeah.
really.
Yeah. There it is, right there.
And it just kind of, we all just act, we just go, what are we doing? Tom, you better act right.
Right. I would be terrified of Catherine to see her angry. I would be
Believe
like,
me, you don't want to see
absolutely
her
not.
angry. It's not a pretty sight. There's no question. Well, she's a bohunk, for Christ's sake. She's a gypsy.
A bohunk?
Bohemian.
Oh, okay.
Bohunk.
Sure.
I always thought that meant strong guy, bohunk.
Yeah, like
he's
a bow
hunk.
hunter?
Yeah.
A boy hunk.
Yeah, something about it I thought was a bow hunk, a big, strong.
It sounds like
jock
what you would
type.
call Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's a bow hunk. For
Yeah, he
sure.
would be
Somebody
a
said he
bow
was a
hunk,
bow
wouldn't
hunk.
he?
I'd
I'd go,
that
yeah,
makes sense.
absolutely. And then we go,
You know what I loved about that so much? When her mother, Betty, got angry, she'd start speaking that bohunk language. She'd start speaking Bohemian. Honest to God, it was like, are you talking backwards?
that's so
What
funny.
the hell language is that? Like, what the hell?
Are you
What the hell language is that? Doesn't it sound like you're talking backwards?
It sounds like, when they'd be like, if you play this record in reverse,
Right.
the Beatles, it's the Satan worship, and you go,
Paul's dead. John's dead.
Paul, I buried Paul.
I buried Paul. That's exactly right. My God, I miss that band. Son of a bitch. That's all I have to say.
No, I didn't watch the. Was it the Disney streaming platform that did the massive documentary on Let It Be? Right.
Yeah,
They basically went
yeah.
back and found all that. I've got to see that at some point because it sounded fantastic.
It is one of the most amazing things that ever happened, and it just happened when I was 11 years old, so I was very, very lucky that the Beatles broke when I was either 10 or 11, somewhere in there. So I've had the Beatles my entire adult life, and, all of my teen years and my adult life. It's just been, what a gift that's been,
A good friend of mine, Dean Del Rey, who is Bill Burr's opener. I don't know if you've ever seen Bill. He's great, but Dean is his opener. He does this bit about that Beatles documentary, and he says, I want to go back to a time when you could argue like the Beatles. Because in that documentary, Paul McCartney looks over at George and goes, "You're not playing the song right."
I know.
And George goes, "Well, how do you want me to play it?" And he goes, "I don't know." And George's response is, "Well, maybe I'll just quit the band." And then he just quit. Like, that was the end of it. That's how people argued back in the day. It wasn't like, "You douche canoe, you suck, your mom's fat." Like, none of that stuff. It was like, okay, we have differences. I guess I'll just move on with my life.
Hey, man, no mamas, right?
Yeah.
No mamas.
And no mamas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Calling somebody's mother fat to get you killed, man. There's no doubt about that.
I know, but is she fat? I'm just
well,
saying.
yeah, that's the problem,
Just stating facts.
Well, Paul's mom died when Paul was like, 12? So he probably wouldn't have taken that well. But I guess Paul was a massive pain in the ass as well.
That's what I hear, yeah. I talked to him one time. I was supposed to interview him, and I found out I had to pick Andy up from school, so I canceled the interview. And I guess Paul did not take it well. The fact that I'd rather pick my son up from school and take him home safely than talk to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's probably used to being just worshipped as we'll work around your schedule, and then he's like, who the F is this guy?
And long-term wise, you made a mistake because you obviously could have had a closer relationship with Paul than...
I didn't make a mistake. I'm just saying he made a mistake.
I'm just joking, saying, of course your priorities
were in the right spot. You could have picked Andy up from school any day of the week.
Yeah, come on,
Let me put it this way,
Tom.
Paul. I adore you, but not as much as my son, so sorry, you're in second place today. Just how it is.
Being in second to Andy is not a bad place to be.
No,
I'd be pumped to be in second to Jude in your life.
Judy.
So.
That's a hell of a story for Andy to tell. Like, yeah, my dad blew off the Beatles for...
I hope Andy hears this and just loses his mind. He's like, what the hell are you doing, old man?
Why would you do that?
You could have hung out with McCartney? Christ, he's not Ringo, he's Paul.
Listen, I can go sit in the cafeteria for a little bit.
That Ringo story's still one of my favorites. Talking to Ringo over at the Q. The line went dead. He was in London. We were, of course, in Minneapolis. Line went dead. Calls back on the request line.
Isn't that
no?
That's so cool.
Ringo called back on the request line. I will never forget.
I will never work that hard to get back in touch with people ever. No. And I should because I am no Ringo, but I would never.
I don't know if this story was debunked, but while Paul McCartney and John Lennon were being interviewed one time, the reporter goes, "What do you guys say to the reports that Ringo Starr is the best drummer in the world?" And they looked at each other, and Paul McCartney said, "Ringo's not even the best drummer in the Beatles."
I remember that, yeah. Because he thought he was.
So funny.
Yeah, Paul thought he was the best drummer in the Beatles.
That's so
Paul
funny.
is one hell of a talent. There's no doubt about that. You can't take it. Well, for any of the four of them.
Mm-hmm.
What a perfect band that was. But lots of fun growing up with them constantly on the radio, I'll tell you that.
Just seeing like the whole because back then obviously it was before social media, and seeing like just the waves of people anytime they went anywhere is just remarkable. Could you imagine if they had social media at that time as well? Like it would have been unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's so funny because when the Beatles played Met Stadium back in the old day, 1965, I believe it was, my son-in-law Dan's father was one of the security people at that show. And you know how they got them out of the stadium? Because they had surrounded the stadium with people so they couldn't get out, right? Very, very cool. They rolled in like 10 big laundry baskets. They put a Beatle in every other one and covered them up with towels. So they just rolled them right past the people, and people had no idea the Beatles were in the.
That is
how
insane.
great is that?
That's so crazy.
Think about asking them though. Like you come up with that plan, and you're like, John, Paul, George,
hear me out.
Ringo, here's how we're gonna get you out. Like, would Taylor Swift now on her big
Well, that's what's so funny.
Hey, Tay, we're going to put you in a laundry basket.
Right,
we're going to put some towels on you. We're going to go right past all of these people, and it's going to be great.
It makes a great story if it works, but if one of them pokes their head out and it's over for everybody.
That would not have been good.
No.
So that's funny you say that about Taylor Swift because I guess there's all these theories about how she's getting in the building, and a lot of them they see a security guard walking with like a big box that looks like it's just like set.
That'll do
and
it.
they're claiming that we think that's how she's getting in the building because she's having so much trouble with.
I'm sure, yeah.
But yeah, I'm with Tevin. The idea, the risk that you're taking that someone's like, "Hey, did that towel move?"
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah, because if the towel moved, you're screwed.
And because also people have like stolen lesser things. They're like, oh, that might be a
Totally.
towel that the Beatles touched. Let me grab that. And now I look under and, oh, look at this.
Oh my God, I'm
That
holding
is very,
Paul
very
McCartney's
true.
hand.
I used to have a piece of Beatle memorabilia, but I don't know whatever happened to it. I can't even remember what it was either. It was something.
Because obviously you treasured it very much.
I'm not a big collector.
I'm not
I
either.
don't collect a lot. A lot of people love collecting.
I got a Grant over at My Talk. I always give him a hard time because that guy's got rooms and rooms of like, memorabilia. And sometimes I go, that's just like junk somebody's gonna go through at some point in your life. And he just loves all the little things. And he's such a nice guy, so it's fun to like poke at him. Where I'm like, he's like, I kept that, and then I kept this, and don't worry. I'm like, you're a hoarder.
But then you hear stories like that, and there's like one random piece of memorabilia that's worth like $2 million.
It's always like gamblers, though. You don't hear about all the losses.
That's true.
Only
That's
the
true.
one time they went big and they made $40 off something.
Right. That is very, very true. No question about it. So we've avoided talking about the Inns Tway. We talked about the Beatles, which is a good thing. Made everybody much happier.
So, Tom, I got a question for you going back to the Beatles topic, though. How cool, because I've always thought to myself that despite the turbulence at the times, one of the coolest decades to grow up in, as you did, would have been the 60s.
Oh, God, yeah.
The 60s, I mean, it seemed like there was a lot that probably was not fun, but between what you just said, pop culture, rock and roll really starting, sports were very different in the fact that I think that they were more accessible. I'm just curious what that was like, because the 70s I could probably pass on, and I recall the end of them, but the 60s seemed like they would have been great.
Until 67, yes. 1967, my neighborhood burned to the ground. Or was that 69? I think the first fires were set in 67.
That's right. Okay.
But I think they burned North Minneapolis to the ground, and I think that was 68 or 69. Something like that, because that used to be all businesses up and down Plymouth Avenue, where all those houses, what do they call it? Like they're kind of like townhouses, but they're all gathered together. Those used to be all businesses. There were, drugstores and grocery stores and men's clothing stores, and there was a car dealership on Plymouth Avenue. They burned the whole thing right to the ground.
Something happened? Like what was there? Just random?
Once Martin Luther King was assassinated, it
okay.
changed everything. Which, Martin Luther King would not have wanted that. That's the thing that amazed me about it. But it just, the early 60s, because I got the Minnesota Twins in 1961 when I was 9 years old, and then you roll through with all the Rolling Stones. The music world was brilliant. I really admired Martin Luther King Jr. I thought he was wonderful. So when I found out he had been murdered, that was very tough. But then, 67, 68, 69 was not pleasant, I will tell you that. Oh, that's why I tested out of high school early, too, one of the reasons. I tested out of high school in 67 because I didn't want to go back to high school anymore. Plus the fact they were teaching the same things I already learned 4 years earlier.
Wow. So you tested out at what age?
16.
Oh, my God. Wow.
It was not a tough test, let me put it that way. I guarantee you
Like,
that.
sign here.
Don't make it sound like I solved all the problems in the world. Well, no, I know 2 + 2. I got that.
Yeah, my buddy Joe is a big dum-dum in school, but he's very good mechanically. So finally, when he was had just turned 16, his mom was like, "This is stupid. Let's just get." They signed him out of high school, and he went over to the tech school. And 2.5 years later, he was making $50,000 a year working on big rigs out in the mines.
Yeah, I mean it does happen to certain people, and it was just, and I think it was very easy to do because it was such an unsettled time. It was lots of violence, fires everywhere. It was just odd. I mean, it was a very weird. And then I believe it was either 67, 68. Also, a tornado hit North Minneapolis. That was wonderful.
Oh, that's not great.
What a great time to be alive! My God.
Well, there was another one that ripped through there. That was like mid 2000s,
Yeah,
right? 2008 or 9 or something like that.
Right down Plymouth Avenue. Yeah, I remember those houses. A lot of them got destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's look, I loved growing up in North Minneapolis. I know I talk about it all the time, but it's because I loved it so much. It was, and I just would love to hear how it is that all of us in North Minneapolis got along as well as we did. Yes, there were murders and things like that because it was a very poor community, but the people themselves, the Jews, the black people, and the Catholics, we got along great. I don't know when the hell this other stuff all happened in your neighborhoods, but her fault.
I was going to say my cul-de-sac has really screwed things up, and we're
Your
working on
cul-de-sac's
it.
a disaster.
We would like to take accountability for the mistakes we
You
made.
should. There's no question. Oh God, Judd, you got to go.
No, I'm fine. It's Wednesday. Keep in mind.
Oh, that's right. It's Wednesday. You get to stay till 40.
Yeah, I get to stay. Exactly right.
Honest to God, because we got. Oh, you know what we should do in any case. This is great, because Brad Blanks is going to be on. You ever been on the air with Brad Blanks?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I saw the video of him and Adam Sandler.
Isn't that phenomenal?
10 out of 10.
It's
the look on his face of like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
He just,
You know this story,
just
Judd?
walked up.
No.
Brad Blanks has been my Hollywood reporter for 20 years now.
Yeah, at least.
It's been a long time. Brad is an Australian boy, and he's 6'6". He's a very tall, very broad-shouldered guy. Do yourself a favor while you're still on the show, go on your computer and watch Brad Blanks and it was Jennifer Aniston
and Adam Sandler.
And Adam Sandler. Watch that video. It's only a few minutes long, but when Jennifer Aniston, because Brad's on his knees interviewing them, and she says, "Why don't you just stand up?" And he stands up. And the sound that Adam Sandler makes, because he's at least a foot taller than Adam Sandler.
And because he tries to also like explain, like, no, I'm not going to stand up.
Right,
Like,
he
here's
does.
why. And then they're like, no, just stand up.
I will eclipse the
Right.
sun.
And then a shadow is just cast upon everybody, and Adam Sandler freaks
Jennifer
out.
looks terrified, and Adam just goes like this, like just complete, like oh! It was so. And then there's like this big umbrella-y kind of tiki hut like thing over him. He goes, "Why don't you put on your hat?" It was so
Put your hat on and
funny.
get out of here.
Yeah, it was so
Judd,
funny.
you got to see the video.
I'll
It's
watch
just,
it.
It broke worldwide after we brought it up. Apparently, worldwide it blew up.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I've seen that, years ago because
Yeah.
it's not that new. But then all of a sudden, it showed up on my For You page under like another news source.
Yeah.
Like they had credited him and given him whatever.
Yeah,
And
yep.
and bought the rights to, or bought where they. I go, that's how you know it's blowing up. It was showed up on another source.
Do you guys ever been through that where you meet somebody and they stand up and it's like, holy Christ.
I didn't realize Chris Egert was as tall as he was until the day he came in. That was the
He's
first
like
time.
6'4", yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Tallest guy I ever met was, I can't remember what I was in Chicago, but I don't remember where I was. But he was, I believe he was an NBA player. That's what they told me anyway. But I'm talking to this guy because he's a friend of a friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing there, and at the time, because I lost like an inch of height. I'm 6 feet tall now instead of 6'1" like I used to be. But I'm standing there, 6'1", and I'm, so what do you think of this? He stands up, 7'4".
Jeez.
He made me look like one of the Lollipop Guild, for Christ's sake.
He said, "We represent
Brad,
the
we're
lollipop."
we're talking.
There
Keep
he is.
singing. We're talking about your famous video that you're in.
Yes, Tom, it's been the wildest, 4 weeks since that crazy video. Crazy.
That thing just
and it
blew
went
up
It
again.
went viral again last week.
It did.
Again. Yeah.
Judd, you got to watch it while Brad's
I gotta
on.
watch this. Yeah.
You got to watch. So what would he look up, Brad, on his computer?
Go to my Instagram.
I'll find
Brad
it. I'll
Blanks.
send it to him. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna send it to
Even
Judd?
better.
Yep. And
Oh, my God.
and I had this lovely woman come up to me, like on red carpets now. People look at me strangely. My place of work where I stand there with all the other, goofballs there waiting for an interview. This one lovely red carpet reporter, young lady, came up to me and she goes, "Oh my goodness, you were just so polite in that interview to Jennifer Aniston." And I went, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, you were really polite. Like you didn't want to get in the way of anyone else's camera."
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, thanks. Yeah, all right, I'll take that. Yeah, for being polite. Yeah, that's not a bad compliment for being polite. But it's one of those weird moments, Tom. And you picked it early, back 11 years ago when it happened. And then
I loved it.
Yeah. Then it took 11 years for something to go viral. Who would have thought? Hey,
And it just happened that we were talking about it on this show like 2 months ago, and then the
That's
thing
right.
just blew up around the world. Like God.
Yeah. So, you get to see a big idiot like myself stand up in front of Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, and what a moment.
Oh
But
no,
it's good.
One thing for Judd, you should turn the volume up. You got to hear what they're saying. to watch it without volume. You got to watch the whole thing with volume because Adam Sandler almost has a heart attack.
Yeah, you almost kill Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That would have been a hell of a story.
Yeah, Brad Blanks kills Adam Sandler.
Well, it's like we're analyzing it like the Zapruder film now. Like
I know, right?
Yeah.
What are the major themes we're seeing in this video?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing was when I was crouching on the ground, when I was on my knees, I'd actually done a few interviews in the lead up to that interview where there was a media scrum, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get anything good, so I may as well get on my knees and see what happens. And I did it. I did it like I reckon a few months earlier to Oliver Stone at the, when they did that next Wall Street movie, you had Shia LaBeouf in it and Michael Douglas. Anyway, I got on my knees there, and I think I was interviewing Oliver Stone's crutch. And I thought this would be pretty funny if people could actually see me interviewing Oliver Stone's, groinal region. I was laughing to myself. Not very good radio, obviously. But I thought, I've got something here on my knees, doing interviews. And that's when I was on my knees with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler up there. And I thought, if she bites at this, I've got something funny. Something funny's going to happen. And so I'm sitting there like, please bite. And she bit. Like, and it's very rare for a celebrity to talk to someone else as a human, like in that environment. And she said, "What are you doing down there? What are you doing? Stand up." And I remember I got a little smile on my face, and I said, "Here we go, big boy. This is your moment."
It's your time to shine.
Here we go.
Yeah, time to shine. Yeah, I talk to myself a lot, Brittany. I talk to myself a lot.
I love that your narrative in your head is big boy.
Yeah,
Like,
I have the narrative, and I still remember the narrative 11 years later. And because we're in this radio business, you want bits to work. And the best thing about a bit is this doesn't look like a bit. It's everything.
No. God, no.
It's and I said, well, when I stand up here, I'm gonna get on my tippy toes, and when I rise, I'm gonna rise like those black and white Dracula movies that my grandparents made me watch when I was a little boy, and I rose like Dracula. I remember the feeling
I do remember.
I had. It was very consistent rise, and I got to about 7 foot, and that's where the fear kicked in, and I got big shoulders anyway, and I'm a bit chubby, and it just scared the shit out of.
It did. Did you watch it, Judd?
I just started it, but I have not. I will watch it though as soon as we get done. So
and Brett,
oh God, it's
Brett, because obviously you still are a Hollywood reporter, and I'm sure you've come across those two. Do they still remember you and have a laugh or say anything to you?
No,
or not really.
They don't. No. Like I don't know now if if you're if no matter how famous you are, if you're in a viral video that's got about 15 million views, you'd think your publicist would go, "Wow, this is blowing up. When did this happen?"
Yeah.
And show Adam or show Jennifer. So maybe next time. But I actually, Tom, I'll tell you what. Next time I'm on with you, I'll play some audio where I actually showed Jennifer Aniston this bit, and she didn't really pick up on what was going on.
Really?
It was, and it was around what's the Apple show that they have? The one that's based on the Today Show.
Oh yeah, the morning show.
The morning show.
There you go. Yeah, and it was for the junket of that, and the junket was a bit controversial because they released the day of that junket. I think Matt Lauer, a book came out against Matt Lauer like the week before, so everyone was a little bit fractious. So
sure.
They weren't real good when I'm sitting there trying to be goofy, and they got a TV show about sexual harassment in the workplace, and here's this big idiot coming in going, "Hey, Jen, can you remember when I scared you?" And I love how you call me Hollywood reporter. Yes, I interview Hollywood people, but I'm no reporter, and I'm just trying to have a pub chat with these famous people because I secretly love them. That's sort of my thing. So. Not much journalistic integrity here.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Well, exactly.
Come on,
What are
big
you
boy.
talking? Judd, what
Big
time?
boy.
Judd, what time do you have to go? What time do you have
right
to go?
now, actually.
Oh, you do? Okay, I wanted to make sure. We'll take a break, but Judd, you gotta come back on whenever, as soon as you possibly can, and tell us what you thought of that video because it's phenomenal. All right?
Definitely will.
Okay, Pally.
I definitely will. Take care.
Thanks a lot, you too.
See you, Brad. Bye-bye.
See you, mate.
Very quick break. Be right back. The Brad Blanks Report. is up next.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walser Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walser different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walser Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walser Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walser Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walser.com and select the Walser Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months, 10,000 miles per year, $5,900 due at signing, VIN PC 261725.
Hey folks, Judd Zulgad here, and you know the unofficial start of summer is just 2 weeks away. You could lose up to 10 pounds by Memorial Day with Livia's doctor-recommended program. Look and feel your best with the weight loss program voted #1 in Minnesota. Receive personalized and guided support from Livia's team of experts. Join today and receive 3 months free. What are you waiting for? Get summer ready with Livia. Call today, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com. You know, I lost 40 pounds more than a year ago now with the help of my friends from Livia, and here's the most important thing. Their nutritionists and dietitians also help you keep the weight off. We've all lost weight before. The question is, can you keep the weight off? And with Livia, their program, the answer is most definitely. Start your success today and get summer ready. Call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. Join now and receive 3 months free. That's right. Call now, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com and receive 3 months free. Come to Livia to experience life-changing weight loss.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialki from Bialki Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialki Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit Bialkilaw.com. That's BIALKE Law.com.
That was very negative, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
Brad goes, yes, I think so. There's no doubt about it.
But you are rejuvenated and you have a big smile on your face and you've got, wonderful people with you on air, and it's it sounds great.
Don't go sing too highly.
In any case, no, I like I said, I met with a new advertiser yesterday. I did a speech on Monday night for 3 kids that got scholarships to go to college. They were really great out of Greenhaven Golf Course. Everybody I ran into, they say one thing. That show you're on is getting better every day. Not that means it really sucked at the beginning.
Right.
Because it might mean.
It started out terrible. But you know what? You guys are getting there.
It's still lame, but it's better.
Yeah.
You can thank me because I thought in the first week.
That's convenient.
I could thank you.
In the first week, I was like, I'm going to make sure the show really sucks in the first week.
She did.
So then we could compare it back and go, wow, it's really improved.
Dumping coffee everywhere, forgetting to do ads.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. Brad, what do you got for us today, Pally?
Yeah, so the movie is about my father. You've probably seen the commercials. They've been running them for a while. It's Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, okay.
Arguably a biopic in some ways because it's it's his story of when he met his wife and had to go and visit her parents. It stars Robert De Niro playing Sebastian's father.
Oh, my God.
Salvo, yes, that's a huge deal. And the mother of the potential bride for Sebastian, well, we know in real life he goes on to marry her, is Kim Cattrall. So you got Kim Cattrall and Robert De Niro in the same movie, but it's pretty amazing Sebastian's career, what he's achieved over the last 6 or 7 years. I think we've talked about him back in the day when he was in The Green Book, which was about 6 years ago, and then he went from The Green Book to The Irishman, and he was head to head with De Niro in The Irishman, and pretty angry. I think he was Crazy Joe, one of the mobsters, Crazy Joe.
Right.
Yep, and in New York, and he's really done well, and he still packs out Madison Square Garden when he does a comedy show. Does he come through Minneapolis, St. Paul much? Or?
Yeah, rarely though. What would you say, Tevin, about every couple of years? Or actually, Rudy, you'd probably know better than anybody.
I don't think he comes to Minnesota very often.
He just doesn't.
Chicago is probably about the biggest Midwest city he rolls through, but...
Yeah, and I'll say if he does, or really any comedian that comes through, typically it's like once every year and a half at the most. Just
yeah.
All right. Yeah, but Rudy, you as a stand-up guy, he's huge, right, Sebastian?
First off, he's not only huge, he's one of the best that you will see today. Yeah, very steadfast on his feet and just knows how to keep pace. He's got great rhythm. He's one of the best.
Yep. No, he's a very nice guy too, good guy. But we'll kick it off. I've got Kim Cattrall here, which is, I was told you can't mention Sex and the City, so don't mention Sex. I wasn't allowed to mention it, but she's fantastic in this movie, and it's great to see her out and about. Well, of course, she's not in the next, the series that came out 18 months ago for Sex and the City.
I want you to do me a favor, though.
Yes.
I didn't tell you this earlier, but don't ever mention KNOX in Grand Forks. I don't want you to bring that up,
Sorry. Yes, now I see what you're doing. Yeah, it's funny when you get warned on red carpets not to mention something. I'm not going to bring up Sarah Jessica Parker. I'm not that much of an idiot. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But here's Kim Cattrall.
Kim, Brad, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
In this, you're a powerful, senator, but also providing comedy.
Well, I think it's a comedy, but it also is dramatic in its own way. There's people who have died and people are in, mourning. Bob's character is, and then you see him slowly but surely get back into the world and care about another family. So it's a lovely
It's like
story.
a party, some kind of a party. Yeah.
It's about family. Complicated. They make you cry. They make you laugh. You hate them. You love them. You can't get rid of them.
Yeah. In your whole career, do you feel that you do that to people? Because you've done it to me. You've made me cry, laugh. You made me aghast. I'm going all the way back to Porky's as well.
Oh my gosh! Yes, my past.
A good past.
Especially at this point in my life, I'm doing things that I think would be fun.
Yeah.
And when I got the call about this picture in particular, and they said it's with Bob De Niro playing a hairdresser, that made me laugh.
That's right. Yeah.
I
And
thought,
Sebastian.
let's do it. Oh, Sebastian's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Well,
he's going to be a huge star.
Well,
He is.
I want to tell you, you're a legend. So. Well done. I don't know if that's a good thing to tell a beautiful woman. She's a legend.
I'll take it.
Well, I love you, Kim Cattrall.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a star.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Blanks, Kim Cattrall.
Well, I did get a little bit excited over Kim from Porky's. I loved Porky's.
Porky's, my God, that's a while ago.
Hey, speaking of Kim, have you guys seen her in Hacks?
It's very good.
Yeah. It's excellent.
It is very, very good.
And she's good. She's good in it.
Not only is she great, there's a scene, I was just talking to somebody about it yesterday. There's a scene in it where she's at a comedy club and she calls out a male comedian. It might be one of the most truest and best scenes of a stand-up comedian in a television show or movie that has ever been done.
You're thinking of Gene Smart.
Am I thinking of Gene? Oh,
yeah.
who am I thinking
you're
of?
thinking of Gene
Gene
Smart,
Smart.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
Well, Christ, which one is
Kim Cattrall is Sex and the City Samantha. I not only ate him for lunch.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, either way.
Rudy, you could say that she was incredible in Sex and the City because every scene she was in as Samantha was unbelievable. She was.
I thought
awesome.
I thought that Kim Cattrall was the one that left there on good terms, right?
No, she looked bad.
Him and her and Sarah Jessica Parker did not get along, and so the series that came back is called Just Like That, and she wasn't in the first season and will not be in the second.
That's right. Yes. Don't mention it.
Don't. I would never mention it ever again.
That's right. And the next, here I've got Sebastian now, Tom. Sebastian was very proud walking the carpet. His dad, Salvo, was there. Now, his dad is a hairstylist in real life, still blow waves hair, still cuts hair.
It's an Italian
It's like
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 79 years of age, still lives in Chicago. And it was a very proud moment for Sebastian, his father, and the families to be walking the red carpet, like a big premiere in New York City. But here's my chat with Maniscalco.
Sebastian Maniscalco, this is like a love letter to fathers.
Yeah, as well as a love letter to my dad. And what I hope people walk away with is, and I've been hearing this a lot after people saw the movie, I'm going to call my father, or I lost my father when I was 5 years old. I wish I had him here to enjoy some of the milestones in life. So for me, to be enjoying this with him and my mother and my sister, who we all grew up in the same house, it's pretty special. And then to have the families come together in a huge event like this is something I would never have dreamed of 25 years ago when I left Chicago to come to LA.
The fact that you have De Niro playing your dad, it's the most bizarre thing.
Had posters of De Niro on my wall, Casino, Goodfellas, Godfather 2, and next thing you know, I turn around, he's playing my father. So for me, it's a really, really, I mean, how many dads could say that Robert De Niro portrayed them in a movie? And I got kids. Yeah, they're young now. They don't know what the hell's going on. But when they grow up, they're going to be able to see this, and I think it's
like film history.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Your dad told me before.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it just stopped playing.
Man, I can play it again next week for you.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you have
But
it.
he finishes up. The great thing about it is Sebastian used to work in the Four Seasons Hotel, and he remembers the day in like 2002 when De Niro came in and he served De Niro. He had a tea. He had an iced tea, and he asked for a refill on his free nuts. That was that's what you explained.
That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. But anyway, De Niro, Tom, you've been a good judge of my interviews over the years.
Oh, no, not again.
With Mr. De Niro. The first, every interview has been in depth, haven't they? They've been very long.
Oh, they've been forever.
Long interviews. So,
he just never shuts up.
Yeah. I thought Rudy's got the montage of my in-depth, very long interviews with Robert De Niro. So here's the montage of over the years of playing De Niro interviews for you, Tom.
Look at him. Jeez, he looks good. His hair's a little bit grey. He's actually lost a bit of his belly. Must have been doing some sit-ups. I think I'm going to get him. What was it like to direct again, Bob?
It was good. It was good. Hard work, but good.
You look very handsome tonight. Your belly looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Bobby. Mr. De Niro. Mr. De Niro, are you proud of your beautiful wife?
Am I what?
Are you proud of her?
Yes.
Here comes Robert De Niro. Here he comes. Focus. Robert, are you a James Bond man?
Yes.
Thanks, Mr. De Niro. Here comes Robert De Niro again. Geez, I hope I get a few words out of him. It's a very serious moment. I've been trained. Get ready. Here he comes. Look at him. Robert. Mr. De Niro, why do you love the festival?
You know why.
You know why. You know why. What a prick.
Mm-hmm.
What a raging prick that man is.
So he's the first ever interview I did with him. I think his answer was, huh? And he kept walking.
Yep.
I kept walking. But I've got another interview here with Mr. De Niro. He does the walking interview, which means he doesn't really want to talk to any any person holding a microphone. So he is mobile, pretty good for an 81-year-old, I think, or 79-year-old. And so here is my latest interview about my father is the movie. De Niro plays Salvo, the father of Sebastian Maniscalco. Here is Mr. De Niro.
Oh, look at Mr. De Niro. Oh, what a legend. He looks good tonight. See how we go. Hey, Mr. De Niro. Good to see you. What's Sebastian's father like? What did you learn about this great man?
Just he's a good guy, and trying to be a father, and gave his son a lot of good advice.
Good hairstylist?
Yeah.
Help you at all with hair?
A little. He helped me in some of the scenes.
One of the great people in my life that I've interviewed, Bobby D.
Not bad.
That was actually pretty good.
Thanks, Brody.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit longer than normal, but
Right. I
no,
love
it's
the
good.
build up to like him approaching, and you're like, he looks so good tonight.
I know.
Sets the scene.
Oh, he looks like he got rid of some of his belly. What?
I love that guy. Oh yeah, but yeah, I know he's turned into a controversial figure in the last few years, but yeah, one that's never really wanted to talk to me. But I love his movies and a fantastic actor.
I've heard he's one of the biggest pricks ever. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. He's just a terrible person.
Right.
Did you have that experience with him?
Just barely has any experience.
Yeah, you haven't had an experience with him. What are you talking about?
Brad would
right.
love if he
Yeah.
was rude to him at this point.
Never mind.
Yeah, Brody, I'm over it now. I'm like a battered wife. You know, I'll
That's
take it.
anything. He'll take anything.
Anything.
All right, Brad. We got. My God, we're almost 5 after 10. What the hell are we doing?
I'm gonna take it out of Friday for me.
Yeah, there exactly. Take it out of Monday.
Monday, yeah, probably. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you got me. Memorial.
Brad, always a pleasure, sir. You got to come back soon.
Bye, Brad. We love you.
See you, Brad.
Thanks, Tevin. Thanks, Rudy. Bye, Tom. Bye.
Fantastic. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Tom Barnard Show.